Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
So proud of the guys, just kept clawing, kept fighting back, and I'm beyond proud of them.
He sends a high fly ball to deep right center field. No one's going to catch that. It is going way back, and that is out of here for a home run. Luke Cossey, a monster shot, clears the 405 sign. Our first home run at Duncan Field since 2023. Touch 'em all, Luke Cossey.
Our fans recognize that, and they know that it's a family atmosphere at our place, and that's what we like.
One run will score. Here comes a second run home. Johnston digging for third. He slides in, and the Sodbusters have a 3-0 lead as Weston Johnston scorches one over the head of Jake Daly.
All the credit to the guys in the dugout playing really, really hard, keeping it simple, throwing strikes on the mound, going right at kids, and then just keep it simple up at the plate. And all the credit to the guys for just busting their butts night in, night out.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
The Sodbusters go for gold in this game 2 of this turned, well, 1.5 header, if you will, as the Sodbusters and MOO are getting prepared and about 15 minutes away from first pitch of their second game, their first complete game of the day. If you're just joining us, the Sodbusters defeating the Fremont MOO 5-1 in a 9-inning contest after the suspension from last night's game that suspended the game in the bottom of the 5th inning. Everybody scoreless the rest of the way, with the Sodbusters leading 1-0 until the 8th inning when Fremont ties it up on a 3 hits in a row from their 2, 3, and 4 hitters. It certainly could have been more. An excellent defensive play was made by Joey Hecker at third base to keep the game tied, and that ended up proving to be very important. The Sodbusters would go 2 up and 2 down in the 8th inning and then reel off a string of 7 consecutive batters reaching a single, walk, single, then a fielder's choice. So technically just 6 straight batters actually, but they get a 4-hit inning to score 4 runs and take the 5-1 lead. Fremont goes 3 up and 3 down in the 9th inning. So the Sodbusters are now 5-1 this year against their rival from the East, and even coming into this series, they had already guaranteed themselves a winning series against Fremont, but now they will try and finish off the MOO and likely take an end to their playoff chances. If Fremont loses this game, then they will be at under 500 in the second half, and there would be, I think, probably 0 chance that there is any way that they could come back and find themselves in the playoffs for back-to-back seasons. But our first pitch at 6:35 in about 12 minutes. Of course, we'll have our latest Sodbusters Spotlight as Steve Stein visits with one of the Central Nebraska natives, Kale Jensen, back for his 3rd season with Hastings. Got here a little bit later, so we've let him get his playing time in the field. And one of the guys who has once again hit a home run in the year for the Hastings Sodbusters. It's coming up next, Kale Jensen on Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
It is the Sodbuster Spotlight, a chance to hear from Kale Jensen, another opportunity to see him come back and get some innings for the Hastings Sodbusters. Take us through your spring. How'd it go for you at Northeast?
Yeah, it was a really good spring. I mean, I started off really, really hot. I think I was almost hitting 500 with quite a few home runs. Kind of cooled off towards the end, but overall it was really good. spring season.
And that set the foundation for you to get your next college stop. Tell us a bit about that opportunity.
Yeah, so next year I'll be going to the University of Illinois Chicago. Got that offer probably midway through the spring season, and yeah, I took a visit there fairly quickly. Made a decision a couple days later because I really liked it there. So yeah, it was a pretty easy choice.
Did you have some other opportunities, other D1 options, or was Illinois Chicago kind of it and the best?
Yeah, there's about a handful of other options. I only took visits to a couple other schools, but I mean that was just the one that I easily liked the best.
Talking with Kale Jensen, who's going to be going to Illinois Chicago. A little different. You go to North Dakota State. Now, North Dakota State's in a big community, but Chicago, I mean, you know, one of the biggest metro spots if you're from Central City. Was that exciting to have a chance to live in a place like that?
Yeah, that's the one kind of downside of going there that I was a little cautious about, was living in a town like Chicago, because I mean the town that I'm from is about 3,000 people, and the school, like the university itself, is already 10 times the size of that, so it's going to be a big change, but I think it'll be a good change.
Now, some of these schools in the big cities are like suburbs. Is Illinois Chicago literally like right downtown?
Yeah, it's right in the middle of downtown. All the skyscrapers overlook the backdrop of the field, so it's a really cool field if you get a chance to look at it.
And they have an on-campus baseball field there at Illinois Chicago?
Yep. Yeah, it's right on campus.
Very, very cool. But living the D1 dream. I mean, you've taken a kind of circuitous route to get there, but now another chance to get D1. That's got to be pretty pleasing for you.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good choice. I mean, I started out the Division I route at North Dakota State, and then after a year and a half decided to go to the junior college route, completely different way. And then after another year and a half, I mean, going back there, feels good that I made the right decision.
And academically, I know last time we talked, you'd gotten about all you could out of college. What were you able to get this second year at Northeast to help you academically?
I had already graduated last year with a degree, so I just kind of had to do some filler classes, some regular gen eds, which ended up fulfilling a personal training degree, so that's just kind of how it ended up with, but it was mainly just gen eds that I had to do again this year.
And 2 more years at Illinois Chicago. What's planned academically?
Yeah, so I'll be studying kinesiology there, and then hopefully chiropractic school, or maybe physical therapy if that doesn't work out.
Time with Kale Jensen has been a nice addition to the Hastings Sodbusters. What attracted you back here? You didn't get a chance to start the summer with us, but tell us a bit about the opportunity to come back.
Yeah, so we had a pretty long spring season, so I knew I kind of wanted to take some time off, get a little bit of weight back, get a little stronger, just work on my swing a little bit. And so I knew no matter where I played, I was just going to play the second half. And then so I figured I could use the money living in a big city like Chicago. Pretty expensive to live there, so here I get to live at home an hour away, and I get a chance to work and make some money while playing summer ball.
And the chance to live the dream. 2 triples in the same game for Kale Jensen. Tell us what about that.
Yeah, I'm not usually a very fast guy by any means, so triples don't really come very easily, but 2 in the same game, just had a little bit of luck with the wind kind of blowing one of them out to the fence. That was far enough to get a triple, so yeah, it's pretty cool.
And as we were watching you go between second and third, thinking, situation, is this going to be an inside the park home run chance? What were you thinking heading between second and third?
Yeah, I didn't have any idea where the ball was, so I was just kind of listening to Coach Printer at third, and he held me up, which, I mean, in my opinion, was the right move, because I was the leadoff hitter that inning. I believe it's probably a 1 or 2 run game, something like that. But yeah, I mean, in hindsight, I probably would have scored because I missed the cutoff guy at the end as I was rounding third. But I mean, I was the leadoff guy. You can't really get thrown out at home with no outs in a close game. So yeah.
Kale Jensen, how much of a leadership role have you taken? I know you arrived mid-season, but you kind of know the lay of the land. Or since you're one of the older guys, do you kind of help out some of the younger ones?
Yeah, I mean, I got here not too long ago, but I mean, I felt like I've fit in pretty well early on. I mean, I've never really been a very vocal leader, so and that's not kind of how I play, but I mean, I've gotten along with pretty much everyone here, so yeah, I mean, that's about it.
And it seems like Scott, he always brings in good dudes, and this year again, it seems like a pretty good group of guys who get along well.
Yeah, I mean, ever since I've gotten here, I mean, the team's just really meshed well. I mean, we get along all the time, so, I mean, yeah, it's been a good experience.
Now, living in Chicago, I guess, what's the biggest concern as you get set to go live in the metro area?
Yeah, I think the main thing is just being used to being around that many people all the time, because I mean, you're right downtown in Chicago. I'm not really. The apartment building itself is probably close. That I'm living is probably close to about the town that I'm going to be living in, so, or that I live in currently. So, I mean, it's just going to be a lot of people around everywhere. That's kind of the main thing.
Is the excitement, though, to do some stuff maybe you can't do? I mean, to see all the Chicago sights while going to school and stuff like that, to the chance to experience that, maybe go see some White Sox and Cubs games?
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I'm looking forward to, is I'm never going to be bored. I mean, there's always something to do, whether it be Bears game, White Sox, Cubs game, any of that stuff. There's always something to do, and then baseball on top of it. So, yeah, I'll never be bored. So that's something I'll look forward to.
And, you know, you're going to be living in Chicago. Once you get out, is the opportunity, have you ever seen yourself in a big city? I mean, you're probably going to have some doors open when you get your degree from Illinois Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really seen myself in a big city. Before they had contacted me, I honestly didn't really know how I felt about Chicago. I'll see how I like it, but maybe I never even envisioned myself going to a school in a city like that, so we'll see how it works out. He's
Kale Jensen. Cool to have him back once again for the Hastings Sodbusters. I'm Steve Stein. That's our Sodbuster Spotlight.
Great stuff with Steve Stein with our Sodbuster Spotlight, as we are ready to go with the second game of the day. Before we introduce our starting lineups, we go to home plate for our national anthem between the Sodbusters and the Moo.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Jacob Inman.
Our national anthem at Duncan Field tonight, where the Hastings Sodbusters will look to sweep this brief two-game series with the Fremont MOO. If you're just joining us, the Sodbusters will stay home for 4 more games, Tuesday through Friday. We get a much-needed day off tomorrow. This will conclude 7 games in 7 days in a row. The Fremont MOO, after they head out of town tonight, they will go back home to Fremont for a Monday game tomorrow against the Prospects, and then some games against the Oahe Zap, and then more against the Prospects to close out the season. And for the Hastings Sodbusters now tonight, they will go with the right-handed arm of Josh West. Josh West, a guy who comes out of the Michigan area. He is from Cologne, Michigan, and from Division III Alma College. And he has been a 3-year participant at Alma. Just finished up his senior season, a career ERA of 5.25, a 5-2 record. And he is a guy that has some strikeout stuff. The strikeouts and walks just about even for him. And for him in the Sodbusters season, on the mound for Hastings, West will be making his 5th appearance, his 2nd start. Last time that Josh West was out was 4 days ago against the Bison baseball team, where he pitched 2 scoreless innings. For Fremont, Carter Sintek, Rocco Geritano, Cooper Fuccino are the top 3 batters. Henry Heyman, Timon Long, and Braden Jones the next 3. Joshua Hardiman, Tyler Wise, and Sevi Aguirre will round out the Fremont starting lineup. Logan Anderson will be on the mound. For the Hastings Sodbusters, we'll introduce their starting lineup in the bottom of the inning, but the field for tonight's game is Jackson Crane in left field, Brady Alexander in center, Luke Causey in right, Joey Hecker at third, Chase Miller at short, Drew Vega at second, Tyler Welsh at first, and Weston Johnston behind the dish. And for the Fremont MOO, Carter Sintek comes up to the plate, and this will be fun because his dad, Chris Sintek, has taken over the home plate duties. He was the field umpire in the first game, so the Sodbusters will see how that matchup goes. It's Sintek grounding out to second base to Drew Vega, and he easily throws it out to first base. Josh West gets the leadoff man out in the first as we are underway right on time here in this 7-inning contest.
And you want to see Chris ring Carter up one time just to, does he give a little, you are out? I don't know. It'll be, or is it, sorry, son. Sorry, son, you're out.
I hope it's the first option.
Yeah.
Rocco Giarratano bats. He was the second hole hitter in the first game and swings and fouls it back to the screen. Josh West with the Sodbusters this summer. 8 innings pitched, a 0-1 record, 7 hits, 8 runs, 3 walks, and 9 strikeouts. So he has struck out at least a batter in every game so far, and he has limited the walks for the most part. Rocco Giarratano had a couple of hits in the first game. Takes the ball one outside. Giarratano from St. Petersburg, Southern Union State, came into yesterday's game a .273 hitter, but improving that average with a 2-for-4 performance. Waves and misses. Actually got a piece of it and into the glove of the catcher Weston Johnston. Sodbusters looking for another win tonight to make it 3 in a row. The 1-2 pitch way outside. The Sodbusters now winners of 6 of their last 7 games, and you'd have loved to be 7-0. That only slip up in the middle game of the 3-game Bison series back on Thursday. 2-2, wrong batter's box, and the count has run full to Giarratano. Guy that the Sodbusters hadn't seen here at home since their last game several weeks ago, but did see him in Fremont. On the fly ball, on the full count pitch, foul territory, Joey Hecker at third, over the shoulder, can't make the play, just out of his reach. Nice effort by the Sodbuster third baseman, but not quite to be, as that's got to be a tough one. Running down the line, away from the ball. Just have your head up and your head back and hoping that you get there in time. Hecker was just a little bit late. So the count remains full to Giarratano. We're just getting underway in this one. And reminder, we've said it, if you haven't heard it, is a 7-inning contest on getaway day tonight. 3-2, foul back to the screen. Fortunately, Fremont only has to get away back to Fremont. Sodbusters will stay home. They won't make their last road trip of the season until next weekend on Saturday. Josh West with the full count pitch, just got a piece of it, and a foul ball will keep the count the same. Josh West joining the Sodbusters in the second half of the season. A guy who is right almost number buddies with last night's starter Josh Nolte. The two right-handers made a couple of appearances and had to take a breather. Strike 3 as Giarratano swings and misses at the off-speed pitch, down and away. 2 up and 2 down.
Early returns on Josh West, 79 to 82 miles an hour. Our flight scope information sponsored by Eagle Distributing.
Now it's Cooper Fucino.
Love to see him come to the plate with nobody on.
Amen. Cooper Fucino off of a 3-for-4 game, as he had a couple singles and a double. His other ball put in play was a loud fly ball to outs, but he grounds it weakly to short. So there is the sure-handed Chase Miller. No problem there. Sodbusters cooking early. A 1-2-3 inning sets the tone for the offense. They're coming up when we return on Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate wood bat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
No score after the top of the first inning. Sodbusters will go up against Logan Anderson, a right-handed pitcher for the Fremont MOO. Logan Anderson out of Omaha and plays baseball at Sioux Falls University. First, let's get to the Sodbusters starting lineup from top to bottom. Drew Vega, Chase Miller, Luke Cossey. Then it's Kale Jensen, Weston Johnston, and Brady Alexander. Then the bottom three to round it out, it's Tyler Welsh, Joey Hecker, and Jackson Crane. So it looks very similar to it than in game one. The only substitutions, Weston Johnston getting in there at the catcher's spot, and then Jackson Crane getting the start out in left field. For Logan Anderson, he is a MOO returner. He led the team in innings last year, but he has come on rather recently for Fremont. Wasn't with the team at the start of the season, but he has had a pretty nice summer so far for the Fremont MOO. For Anderson, he's going to be making his fourth start. He has pitched 5 innings in each 3 of his starts. Does have an 0-2 record, but he only has a 2.80 ERA. There was a first at game of the season for him where he gave up 5 unearned runs. And after that, a 4 earned run game and a 2 earned run game. He's got some strikeout stuff, though. 24 strikeouts in 15 innings pitched. Logan Anderson does some good things for his college team. First pitch gets away, and the leadoff batter, Drew Vega. And Drew Vega, he has had a monster week. Not even just a series, but he has loved coming back and hitting at Duncan Field after the Sodbusters had 3 games off. He's hitting .391, 9 for 23 in 6 games this week. Count 2 balls and no strikes to Vega. Fouls that back to the netting. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Drew Vega in the previous game was not able to get a hit, so that snapped his 6-game hitting streak, where he had 4 multi-hit games in that 6-game streak. Lines that to right field. Henry Heyman won't be able to get it. Drew Vega will start a new hit streak with a leadoff single.
Good job for Vega. Update from the Independence Baseball League. The Casper Spuds have run-ruled the Bison 13-3. So updated standings, it's a mess. Owyhee 13-6, Spearfish 11-5, Casper 13-7, Hastings 10-5, up to date with Spearfish and Owyhee playing now, and of course the Sodbusters in the MOO.
So the only real for sure thing is that we know that Fremont is pretty much on death's door right now. Drew Vega runs on the first pitch. A throw from Fuccino on a hop is bobbled by the second baseman, and Drew Vega wasting no time getting himself into scoring position with yet another stolen base.
MOO now 10-10 with their first game loss. So everyone else 6-7 games over 500 with the exception of the MOO, and they are running out of options.
If they haven't already. Drew Vega with the second stolen base in these 2 games. He's now up to 24 swipes this summer. Chase Miller has that go off the glove of the catcher, Fuccino, and a wild pitch will move Vega 90 feet away with nobody outs, and the count 2-0.
5 games remaining for Fremont, so if they win this game, they would be one that the best they could be is 6 games over 500 if they win out, including today.
Logan Anderson, the pitcher, a little bit wild to start things off. He's an Omaha native from Millard South High School, a criminal, and he is according to their website, a double major in criminal justice and psychology. So he's one of the smart cookies, huh?
You betcha.
3 years at Sioux Falls University, a 7.99 ERA. He gave up 10 home runs in 61 innings for Sioux Falls, but he's got some velocity. Called a strike at the knees. Anderson sitting in the upper 80s, 87 to 88. Early returns according to our flight scope, which Stats Tonight once again brought to you by Eagle Distributing. 2-2, there's the breaking ball that stays up high. The slider at about 78 to 81. So about a 10-mile-an-hour difference between the heater and the curveball. The payoff 3-2 pitch, called a strike. That is right on the corner. Perfect pitch for Logan Anderson. Miller couldn't pull the trigger.
Yep, good job for Logan and Josh. Needing to swing there, could not get it done, and Luke Causey tries to salvage the inning, still just 1 out.
So Vega remaining at third, and he represents the game's first run right away. And more things on the line for the Sodbusters. If they win this game for the first time ever, they will be 10 games above 500 this season. Luke Causey back for his third game this week. Guy who has been missing some playing time because of some right knee soreness. He rejoined the team back on Friday. Played yesterday and Friday and had a nice game in his return on Friday. Had a bases clearing RBI triple. Watches ball 2 downstairs in game 1. This just concluded a little bit ago. Causey 1 for 4. And the Sodbusters, they were just scraping by for hits. They only had 3 coming into that 8th inning. Ground ball to first, and the run will come home to score as the first baseman, Braden Jones, fields and runs over to first base. An RBI ground out for Luke Causey, 1-0 Busters in the first.
Good fundamentals right there. You didn't want to get too greedy, just hoping for something like that to put the pressure on Fremont. You just scored 4 in the 8th inning to get the big victory, put him behind, put a little more pressure on that Fremont team.
And now Kale Jensen hitting .227 this week in 6 games. Chops out 1 foul. Jensen with 5 hits and those aforementioned 2 triples, which we heard about in our Sodbuster Spotlight with Steve Stein. That's available now on Spotify. The Sodcast. 1 is outside, and Jensen going to be big city bound, but seems like he still has his small town roots. Just depending on who the small town guy is. Some of them can't wait to get out of small town. Some of them might want to stay there. That's a bloop shot down the line. It's fair. Kale Jensen, a big turnaround first base, but Tyler Wise gets to it quickly. And a bloop single for Kale Jensen will restart the offense here in the second.
Guy who's struggling a little bit the last couple of games, gets a huge go-ahead RBI single in the 8th inning of last game, and looks good on paper. Get on with 2 outs.
Also worth noting for Fremont, Tyler Wise in left field. He was the starting pitcher in Saturday's game, so you don't see that too often. A guy that starts a game and then is asked to go play left field and be in the starting lineup as well. He's fouling to out of play. Weston Johnston in the 5-hole for the Hastings Sodbusters. His week so far since Monday, a .211 mark, 4 for 19 in 6 games. Excuse me, only 4 games. He's had a couple of days off. Johnston, slow chopper, charging his Hardiman at third, throws on the run, he throws it away. Jensen didn't realize it, only now will he go to third. Johnston into second, Jensen's getting the wave around. The throw coming in, it's off the glove of the catcher, now the throw to third, not in time. Fremont throwing it around the yard here, and that leads to a second Sodbuster run on a sloppy play right there.
And that has been an Achilles of Fremont. You look at their box scores, I mean, they pitch it pretty well, but then they'll have innings like this and moments like this. It turns into a huge error as Jensen, again, that pause, you thought that was going to be a killer, but he was able to score anyway, and Hastings gets another run here in the first.
So for sure E5 on the throw by Joshua Hardiman, which Braden Jones wasn't able to snag. And then likely another throwing error on whoever that was that dug it out of the corner. 1-0, now 2-0 up high to Brady Alexander. The Sodbusters striking early in the first, trying to send the Moo back to the pasture without a win.
Without hay.
2-0 pitch downstairs, good block by Fucino.
I give their marketing department a heck of a lot of credit, though. They come up with more cow references. The Bovine 9, I don't know who, that is awesome.
Yes, that's what they call their starting lineup, the Bovine 9. 3-0 pitch, not close. Brady Alexander works a 4-pitch walk. And already the Fremont starter, Logan Anderson, laboring in the first inning with his first walk.
Like I say, he was looking to get out of this inning with limited damage, but that error opening the door for a second run, and the Sodbusters looking for more right here. Love to put a big crooked number on the board, and because you know Fremont had to be a little bit down after being swept out of Wahi. Come in, lose the first one. Great start for Hastings.
Yeah, Fremont has now lost 4 straight as they are just 1 game above 500. Runners at the corners with 2 outs for Tyler Welsh. The Tucson native just finishing up his 4th season with Hastings College. Struggled mightily to start the season, did Welsh. He had a giant offer, but he has now improved his average all the way up to 185 and has 10 hits, including 3 doubles and a triple and 11 runs driven in. Had a walk-off against Fremont earlier this year on just a little lazy fly ball. Or beg your pardon, that was against Spearfish, not Fremont. Welsh with a walk-off, and that was even before he got his first hit of the summer. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. Alexander at first, fouled out of play with Johnston remaining at third. Official scoring on that Johnston play was an error by the third baseman Hardiman, and then another error on Braden Jones, the first baseman, on that wild throw into the catcher that allowed Johnston to get to third on the play. Deuce is wild here in the first, and Welsh spoils the slider, and the count remains the same. Just fortunate that we're able to not keep the fans here too late tonight, as we're only here for a 7-inning contest in this one, and the final 4.5 innings finishing up in pretty quick fashion. About an hour ago. There goes Alexander. The pitch is outside for ball 3, and no throw down to second. Fucino tried to frame a strike 3 call. Chris Sintek thought it was outside. Alexander is in with the stolen base. Sodbusters already with 2 swipes in the first inning. Anderson with the 3-2 pitch to Tyler Welsh on the way. Popped up at first base. Looks like calling for it is Jones, and he is making the catch. Well, the Sodbusters get a couple of runs on the benefits of 1-2 hits and a big error by the Fremont Moo. They lead it 2-0, and it's coming up in the second inning after this.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
We're through an inning on Sodbuster Baseball in this second game of this day, as Hastings leads it 2-0. They won that first game 5-1 over Fremont. And remember back to 2023 when the Sodbusters had not won a single game against Fremont until the very last game of the season. Here it is the opposite way around. The Sodbusters 5-1 against Fremont and looking to go to 6-1.
1-10 that year. 3-11 in 2022. 6-15 as they played 21 games in 2021. It's just been well, Fremont's pretty well controlled this series since Fremont came into existence, and they've had some good teams. I mean, they made the playoffs 2019, ended up winning the Expedition League title in 2020, won a championship here in the Independence League in 2023, so they have certainly been an Achilles for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Sodbusters have finally recovered from that Achilles injury, if you will, this season. And so this has got to be the first winning season against Fremont in history then.
Yes.
Very good. Sodbusters 5-1 and have the lead in this one. Henry Heyman, a little cue shot foul down to the first base coaching box. Connor McGonigal, the head coach for the Fremont MOO, Jason Clark, Tyler Dunham split the assistant coaching duties. And it's Henry Heyman with a 0-1 count. Josh West back out there after setting down the MOO 1-2-3 in the first inning. Henry Heyman 1-1 count. He had an RBI. He had the game-tying RBI single back in the 8th inning in the previous game. Heyman came into the weekends. First he pops it up. Shallow right field. Luke Cossey will have plenty of time to waltz under that one. Puts the squeeze on it for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down. Timon Long, the designated hitter next. Fremont as a team, a .255 batting average. And Steve mentioned it right when we started this series, a very similar in statistical categories and averages where the Sodbusters and Fremont playing each other, rather. They hadn't really had good games. Hadn't hit each other well, but pitched just a little bit better. Lazy fly ball to center field by Timon Long. And 1 pitch and 1 out for Long. Quickly 2 outs in the second.
He'll take fly balls all day here at Duncan Field. Great job for Josh West so far. 5 up, 5 down.
So after 2 ground outs in the first, he's now got 2 flyouts in the second. And Josh West, looking good so far. Breaking ball, called a strike on the outside corner. Sodbusters haven't made the playoffs since 2018, back when they were in the Expedition League. Again, they were 1 game out of it last year. Pitch down low. Sodbusters needed to win their final game against the Prospects and for Fremont to lose in Spearfish, but neither of those games happened in the favor of Hastings. So they ended their season, but it was just super cool to see them play meaningful baseball towards the end. There's another soft pop-up. Drew Vega calling for it in the outfield grass, and 3 up and 3 down on 3 fly balls here in the second. 2-0 Sodbusters. Josh West looking really good early.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Through an inning and a half, Logan Anderson will try and right ship for Fremont in this second inning. He was tagged for 2 runs on a couple of hits in the first inning, and a little bit of a drastic pitch count difference. Josh West through 2 innings. He's thrown 19 pitches. It took Logan Anderson 30 pitches to get through his first inning of work, and he only hit the strike zone half the time, which isn't horrible. But again, that big error on on defense that allowed the run to score and the run to move up, because that throw home that got away from the catcher, if it's a good throw, Kale Jensen is out by a mile. But we look ahead to the second inning with Joey Hecker leading it off, followed by Jackson Crane and Drew Vega. That pitch right down Broadway for strike one. Joey Hecker has been, as he is at 278 for the week, 5 hits in 18 tries, a little bit behind on that pitch there. Joey Hecker with a big 2 RBI single in the 8th inning to give the Sodbusters some breathing room in the last game. Also had a 2 RBI single back on Friday.
That's the thing about it. He's got 5 hits. He's got 6 runs batted in for the week, too, and there have been some big ones. The game-winning RBI and kind of the game-clinching RBIs in that first game today.
Also had the walk-off in that game back on Wednesday. High ground ball to the first baseman, Braden Jones, flips to the pitcher, Anderson, covering, and he makes the catch and steps on the base for out number 1.
Good athleticism both way around. Good job for Jones to come off, and Anderson playing his position well, hustling and getting over to cover first.
Now the 9th hole hitter, Jackson Crane. Crane's appeared in 5 games this week. Had a 286 average, 4 hits and 14 tries. Crane did not play in the first game against Fremont until he came on as a defensive sub.
Ooh.
And did that go right through the legs of Scott Galusha?
So.
Oh, my
yes,
goodness.
Oh, my. How that didn't nail him on a knee or something. My goodness gracious.
Those legs don't work the best already, Jackson.
Oh,
Leave
man.
him alone.
Man, oh, man.
Now Scott's in a defensive stance. He's ready for another one coming at him. He'll tap it foul this time. Jackson Crane, he's been a guy who's provided some nice defense and some pretty good hitting. His main ledger, though, Jackson Crane owns the the stat-appointed ball magnet title. 13 hit by pitches. As coming into the Saturday game, the Sodbusters had been hit by 104 pitches, and Steve, I looked it up. That's not the league lead in hit by pitches.
Wow.
Pitches inside, and you'll never guess who the team is that leads Hastings.
Oahe.
Okay, you will guess who it is.
Yeah,
it is
all
the Oahe Sap. They were hit by 113 pitches as of last night, so they were just 9 ahead of the Sodbusters. Right back where it came from, Jackson Crane, a seeing eye single with 1 out, and here comes the top of the order.
And in fairness, I knew it wasn't Fremont. It seemed like we played somebody else recently. I knew it wasn't Nebraska, and I knew it wasn't any of the travel teams. He hasn't played enough, so then the way you said it, okay, it's probably not going to be the first half champion Spearfish.
All right,
Casper's
so I gave it away.
Yeah,
all
pretty
right.
much, yeah. Process of elimination. So
you probably had a 1 in 3 chance.
Yeah.
It's either Casper, Spearfish, or Oahe, and
Yep.
who would ever guess Oahe leads the league in hit by pitches?
who would have ever guessed why he's going to lead in the second half, and here they are.
Goodness. 13-6 now in the second half. Just an unbelievable mark for them, as they were sub 500 coming into the second half. They are now 1 game over 500 at 23-22. Swinging at the second pitch is Drew Vega into right field. Henry Heyman waiting for it to come down, and he catches it for the second out. Drew Vega retired after he got on to start the first and scored the first run. So fly ball outs have been a bit of an issue for the Sodbusters this week, especially that game against the Bison where they lost 8-4. The Sodbusters hit 11 fly ball outs in that game, and Scott Galusha lamenting the approach of the Sodbusters in that contest, thinking that they definitely could have if they would have played fundamental baseball. Ground ball to third, throw to second in time to force out Jackson Crane as Chase Miller grounds into a fielder's choice. And Logan Anderson, a nice bounce-back inning for the Fremont MOO. He puts up a scoreless inning. Top of the third after this at Duncan Field.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate wood-bat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Here in the top of the third inning, Josh West still on the mound for the Hastings Sodbusters, the native of Cologne, Michigan, who we looked it up before the game, and the small village in St. Joseph County is known for being the magic capital of the world due to the the fairs and the events, the magic gatherings that they hold each year. That's
and the
super
magicians.
neat.
Henry Blackstone Sr., the most famous magician, who is buried in. And AI tells us two different things, and Michigan people are yelling at us right now. Colon is it Michigan? I think we're going to Colon, Michigan.
The State of Michigan website has a full list of every township, village, and they have a person to pronounce it out.
Josh West set to go for the pitch right here, and we have to try the hidden ball trick with Josh West. Don't we? I mean, this has got to be a deal, right? I mean, come on. He's from the magic capital, not of the United States, of the world. 20 pitches thrown as he works to 7, 8, and 9 here. 6 up, 6 down. He's been magical so far against the Fremont MOO. Hopefully he can keep it going right here. Goes to Alma College. 0-1 delivery. And that pitch misses for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike on Joshua Hardiman. Hardiman played in the first game, went 0 for 4 against the Sodbusters, now 4 for 22. Had lone hits in 4 different matchups. This is the 6th matchup, and Hastings has won 5 of them. All right, actually, this is the 7th matchup. Hastings has won again, but now Hardiman wins this battle, and he is the first base runner. Runner at first, nobody out for Tyler Wise.
Breaks up the perfect game and no-hitter in the 3rd inning, if there ever was one. I forget the guy, the announcer, sometimes the first batter of the game are just always at the most random times, and there goes the perfect game and the no-hitter, 1 batter in. Just kind of a sarcastic approach there.
Tyler Wise stands at the plate now for Fremont. 1 on, nobody out. That was a first game full of opportunities for Fremont. They got to be kicking themselves out. Hit the Sodbusters 10-7, only managed 1 run. 1 ball and no strikes the count on Tyler Wise. He was the starting pitcher of the first game of this 2-game series, which began yesterday and ended today after the delays and the suspension as the pitch is fouled away. Tyler Wise getting an opportunity at the plate today. 280, couple of runs batted in, 5 runs scored. Did play at the plate game number 2 early in the year and went 1 for 3 against the Hastings Sodbusters. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, nobody out here in the 3rd, and a bouncing ball foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tyler Wise apparently the beer batter for the contest today. Sodbusters did strike out the beer batter in the first game of this 2-game series and are now 20 out of 27 in beer batter strikeouts. Really good percentage. Pitch taken upstairs, 2-2. Tyler Wise batting in the 8th spot for the Fremont MOO, coming in 10-10 now in second half competition, 20-23 on the year. Really fallen out of contention now with the losing streak, which has reached 4. 2 balls and 2 strikes. West the pitch. It's outside for a ball now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I know the beer batter fans are excited here, but you need an out more than you need a strikeout right here. Don't want to allow the tying runs on here with nobody out to begin the 3rd inning after 6 up, 6 down against Josh West. Here's the pitch inside for ball 4. So disappointing as he was way ahead of Wise but couldn't finish the deal. And now 1st and 2nd after the 7 and 8 hitters reach. Look out. Here's Sevi Aguirre, who's usually batting a little higher in the lineup for this Fremont team. And now you're in a bit of a jam here with top of the order approaching 2.
Didn't start last game but came on as a pinch hitter and defensive replacement. Had a single and a strikeout.
256 coming into the series. Couple of doubles, 11 runs batted in, 14 runs scored. He squares to bunt and takes low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Aguirre for this Fremont team. He has not really hit Hastings well. Now just 2 out of 15 for the season against the Hastings Sodbusters. Sodbusters have already clinched the season series. They're 5-1 of the homestand and trying to make it a big 6-1 with a day off approaching tomorrow. Aguirre takes this pitch outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Josh West needs to bring one over, particularly when the other guy's trying to give himself up. Take it. 2-0 game, and Fremont gets this guy on. They're thinking monster inning. 2-0. Sodbusters getting 2 runs in the first, 1 of those unearned. Swinging away is Aguirre and fouls it back. 2 balls and a strike on Sevi Aguirre. They've got some fun names on this team. Geritano, Fucino, Aguirre. Just in the lineup here in game number 2. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Sodbusters. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors already for the MOO. Both of those coming in the first. Hardiman leads away from second. Pitch a little bit high. 3 balls and a strike. So leadoff single for Hardiman, and now back-to-back 3-ball counts against Wise and Aguirre, and on the verge of walking the 8 and 9 hitters. Whew. That is never a good recipe for success. 3-1 delivery. Right at the letters for a strike, 3-2 on Sevi Aguirre.
You don't want him to get on here, because then you would have potentially bases loaded or several runners on with the dangerous top of the order on deck.
They've got some dudes at the top of that order with Sintek, Geritano, Fucino, all lurking in the wings here for this Fremont MOO squad, despite their team batting average not being the greatest. Pitch popped up down the right field line. Nobody's going to get there. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes again. Fremont coming into the series, 255. The Hastings Sodbusters at 261. Fremont had pitched it better, 3.8 their ERA. Hastings at 4.48 for the season. Against one another, neither team hitting it well before the first game of the series. The Sodbusters were at 223 against Fremont. Fremont batters were just at 202, but that's before they put up double-digit hits, but only 1 run in the first game today. Missed all kinds of opportunities. 1 run on 10 hits. Sodbusters won the game 5-1. Called strike 3. Huge punch out as Aguirre goes down looking on one that painted the black. There's 1 large out here in inning number 3.
That's the best way to get the first out of the inning, on a fastball that freezes him on the outside corner. Aguirre was hoping to have the ball 4 signal called. Not so much, and Sodbusters, they've been a pretty double play friendly infield this season. 1 right here could quash the MOO here in the 3rd.
I say Sintek ought to be hard to double up, but the Sodbusters did get a double play against him in the first game of this twin bill on Vega, a tag out and throw out to first, and this pitch is just off the outside corner for ball 1. 1 ball and no strike. Sintek still trying to get it going. He's played in limited games here. Carter just joining the squad late, is now 0 for 8 as he went 0 for 3 in the first game today. 0 for 1 today and had 0 for 4 in one previous game before the matchup against the Sodbusters. Bouncing ball to the left side, and that is knocked down by the third baseman. Throw to second for 1. Over to first, not in time, but a really good job there for Joey Hacker to field it, looking into that sun, and was able to get the middle runner, Tyler Wise. It's 5-4 on the putout. No chance to get Sintek. Runners the corners now. 2 outs and a 2-0 game.
And I don't think he received it in the part of the glove that he was hoping to as well. It wasn't the cleanest of exchange, and that's when you hold your breath, especially looking up here. That's when a throwing error usually comes across. Calm, cool, and collected, gets a runner out.
Josh West trying to survive this second inning, still on top 2-0. He has to face Rocco Geritano, and line drive right side, foul ball. This is a monster at bat because you've got Cooper Fucino waiting on deck. Fucino had a 3-hit game and doubled off the wall in the first game of this 2-game series, so really want to get Geritano, who you struck out the first time, and not have to deal with Fucino until he leads off the 3rd. West shakes off 1 sign from catcher Weston Johnston and brings home the 0-1 pitch right there for strike 2. Whatever he wanted, I would say that was the correct choice, and it's quickly 2 strikes on Geritano.
Just got to be careful with the 0-2 pitch selection here. Geritano might be in swing mode, thinking he needs to protect. Don't give him anything too good.
0-2 pitch on the way. Low, put it in the turf. Did he go around? No, he did not. Weston Johnston thought otherwise. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hardiman at third. Wise was eliminated. It's Sintek at first on the fielder's choice grounder. Runners the corners. Fremont trails at 2-0, looking for a big 2-out hit here to keep the inning going. Josh West brings it home. Little looper, it takes a hop. Vega's got it. Throw to first in time. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left, and we head to the bottom half of inning number 3. It's still Hastings 2, Fremont nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now. There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
At the bottom half, inning number 3, it's a 2-0 contest. A scoring update, as they did have a pinch hitter taking out one of our favorite names, which is really disheartening for me. I do not get to say Rocco Giarratano anymore. Instead, it is going to be Carter Shellschmidt. He was the batter for Giarratano and grounded out, so he is now in the ball game for the Fremont MOO. The Sodbusters see if they can add on to a 2-0 lead. They'll have their 3, 4, and 5 hitters up there. With Causey, Jensen, and Johnston scored 2 runs back in the first, one of those earned. Hastings getting on the board, a Vega single, a Jensen single, an error. The Sodbusters able to score 2 runs after they'd scored 4 runs in their last at-bat of the first game, which ended today after it started yesterday, and had a couple of different delays. Pitch high and outside to Luke Causey. Grounded out to the first baseman, but brought home a run with that ground out as he stands in the left-handed box against Logan Anderson. Anderson, good bounce-back inning after he threw 30 pitches in the first, just 11 in the second. And this one is pounded back to the facing of the press box, and it rattles around in the stands here. Decent crowd for a Sunday evening. Able to get some bonus baseball for the ones who came out at 5 o'clock, seeing the end of a very well-played win for the Hastings Sodbusters. They closed out a 5-1 victory. And if they were late arriving today, they still got a chance to see most of the action, as Fremont got 1 run in the 8th. Sodbusters got 4 runs in the 8th. The only run scored today after it was a 1-0 lead for Hastings coming into competition in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 2-1 delivery on the way. Bouncing ball foul, 2-2 on Luke Causey. Another of the Arkansas Tech players on this Hastings Sodbuster team. Standing in the left-handed box, a triple, his 5th of the year during this homestand. We thought maybe, just maybe, it was his 2nd Duncan Field home run, but the wind not helping it at all. Wind lightly blowing in from center today. Did have a heat warning today with a high heat index. Temperatures in the upper 90s with the heat. 3-2 now on Luke Causey. Anderson's pitch called strike 3. Causey had started to take off for first. Instead will turn around and head back to the dugout on the strikeout, the 2nd of the game for Logan Anderson.
Got him with a fastball right at the knees. Causey had seen a few breaking balls that he had swung at with 2 strikes, so it looked like he was looking for the breaking ball right there. Nothing wrong with that pitch.
A walk and a hit batsman to go along with the 2 strikeouts for Logan Anderson, who brings a first pitch ball to Kale Jensen. Jensen followed up his 8th inning RBI go-ahead single in the first game with a single and a run scored in the first inning of game number 2. Pitch taken low, 2 balls and no strikes on Kale Jensen, left-handed hitter, against the right-handed pitcher Logan Anderson. The University of Sioux Falls is his college. The pitch is fouled away, 2 balls and a strike. Logan Anderson, Millard South, his high school. Always a traditional power in Legion and high school ball. Off speed, drops in for strike 2. 2-2 on Jensen, with Johnston hoping to, well, he will get an opportunity as he's going to be waiting next, just the second batter of the inning. 2-2 delivery. Really good pitch, and the second straight Sodbuster has struck out looking. It curved right over the outside corner, and 2 up, 2 down for Hastings in the third.
Got to be tough when Anderson on the mound is throwing 88 at the fastball, and then you see something coming way outside, but it's an off speed and bends right back in there for strike 3.
Here's Johnston, reached on an error his last time up, and then on that play, saw that Kale Jensen ended up coming around to score before it was all said and done. First pitch strike to Weston Johnston, leading the team in most of the offensive categories, most notably RBIs with 36. He's had a huge run batted in week, and he hits this one hard into left field. May have actually tipped the glove of Joshua Hardiman, and a base hit for Weston Johnston. He's aboard with 2 outs here in the third.
Now with the sun there, Hardiman looks like he had it read, but his jump wasn't as timed probably as it wanted to be. It did get a piece of his glove down the left field line, and not much you can do about it. It's such a hard hit ball. Weston Johnston, 95 off the bat according to Flight Scope.
That brought to you by Eagle Distributing. As see what Brady Alexander can get done. Takes ball 1, walked his first time up and stole the base. Hastings leads this game 2-0. And after they were out hit in the first contest, they have 4 hits in this game, while Fremont has just 1. But the Moo missed a big opportunity in the top half of the inning, got 2 on, and could not score. 1-1 delivery. Low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike on Brady Alexander, the Ohio Bobcat. He is from Pennsylvania, though. Big Steelers fan. His major league favorites, the Pirates and the Red Sox, Red Sox being number 1. And with recent history, you understand why maybe he likes the Red Sox better than the Pirates. It's been a while for Pittsburgh baseball. 3-1 the count on Brady Alexander, but played a lot of club ball growing up in the Pittsburgh area. 3-1 delivery on the way. And that's a 5-pitch walk, so all of a sudden first and second. Remember that 8th inning of the first game today. The Sodbusters were 2 up, 2 down, would score 4 times. 2 up, 2 down here, first and second now, and Tyler Welsh tries to come through.
Tyler Welsh, as we've been talking about all season long, the stats might not show it, but he has the clutch gene in him. A very good situational hitter that knows what kind of approach he needs to take at the plates whenever there are certain runners on.
He's able to draw a walk and scored a run as part of that big 4-run 8th inning in the first game today. He takes the first pitch ball here, grounded out to the first baseman his first time up to end the first. Sodbusters scoring 2 in the opening frame. We've been scoreless since bottom half of inning number 3 of the scheduled 7-inning game. Here's the pitch. Right across for strike. That's why getting early offense, because all of a sudden you look up and you're in the 5th inning, it's getting late in a 7-inning game. Was originally scheduled for 9, but after they suspended yesterday's game to today, league rules say you have to finish the 9-inning game, but you can make the second game of the day a 7. I think both of the teams were certainly okay with that. Sodbusters wrapping up a long home stretch. They'll have a day off tomorrow. Meanwhile, Fremont, a doubleheader tomorrow against 2 different teams. They'll have the Prospects and Oahe tomorrow, so they are probably wanting to save pitches, save arms. 1-2 pitch is grounded foul. Welch spoils that one from Anderson. Another opportunity. Yep, it's a 3rd time this year. They've had so many weather issues. The Sodbusters were involved in one of those. They played the first game of a doubleheader. Then Fremont staying at home, obviously, and taking on the Prospects. Tomorrow it's the Sodbusters. I should say it's the Fremont MOO and the Prospects making up a game before Fremont takes on Oahe in the regularly scheduled game. 1-2 pitch. Again, fouled away. Good job for Welsh to hang in there.
In his first inning at bat, Welsh fouled off several pitches before he ended up popping out. Logan Anderson won the battle there, but he has given Anderson all to work for here, who is now at 65 pitches and yet to complete 3.
First and second, 2 outs. Sodbusters were 2 up, 2 down. A single for Johnston, a rocket down the third base line, and Brady Alexander a walk. The pitch Little blooper right side, but that's going to stay on the infield. Handled nicely by Sevi Aguirre, and Hastings does not score. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left. We're to the 4th inning. It's a 2-0 lead for Hastings. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
And to inning number 4, the Hastings Sodbusters on top by a score of 2-0, out hitting the MOO 4-1. The MOO also contributed 2 errors, as we'll see Cooper Fucino, Henry Heyman, and Timon Long against Josh West. So far, so good for West. Been able to get out of a jam in that 3rd after he set down the first 6. A single and a walk to open the 3rd. Got a strikeout, a huge strikeout to Aguirre. Then the fielder's choice grounder and a well-played ball from Joey Hecker before he got the ground out from Carter Shellsmith to end the frame, and that kept Cooper Fucino in the on-deck circle to end the inning, and you just have a sigh of relief, and now you'll see him coming to the plate with the bases empty.
That's the one way you want to face him. Like you said, Steve, 3 for 4 game, and a guy who he has appeared in several games, or plenty of games for Fremont this summer. 13 doubles in 30 games. If you could hit a double every other game, that is a mark of a competitor, and a guy that Division I commit at Creighton.
Creighton guy, yep, Rolling Hills Estates, California's hometown, and a returnee for the MOO. He hit .324 last summer for them, hit 4 home runs and 12 doubles, 35 runs batted in, 29 runs scored. The Sodbusters had semi-contained him. He was hitting .250 against Hastings the first 3 games that he had played in, but then that 3 for 4 matchup makes his numbers quite a bit better. Fucino plays first base and also catches, and he's got a good arm, too. We've seen him have a rocket shot down to second. He's thrown out some Sodbusters this year, but Hastings got a couple of stolen bases on him back in the first inning. And Fucino, a ground ball to the shortstop, his first time up. Hastings looking to complete the mini 2-game sweep of Fremont, get tomorrow off, and the Nebraska prospects will be in. Fucino hits this one hard to left field. That's going to fall for a single, as no chance for Jackson Crane to get that one. And Fucino continues his hot day at the plate after his first game performance, which wrapped up before this regularly scheduled contest.
No waiting around for Fucino, picking on the first pitch. It actually wasn't a fastball. It looked like a little breaking ball in the outside corner. So that is just an impressive piece of hitting by Cooper Fucino. Most guys, when they come up there, they're looking for a fastball in their first ball there. But Fucino read it well and is rewarded with his 4th hit in this 2-game series.
Here's Henry Heyman, flew out to right his first time up. Bats in the 4th spot. And West brings it home. Bouncer to the right side. It's knocked down by Welsh. He'll throw to West, covering, and how about that? A little 3-1 put out for Tyler Welsh. It looked like it might have been headed to right field. Able to get a piece of it, knock it straight up in the air, and great hustle over for Josh West to get out Henry Heyman.
Got to have quick reflexes to get that ground ball over to first. It was off the heel of his glove, but kind of just popped right back straight up. And he was able to make the play, keep calm and collected, and toss it over, and a good job by West to get over to cover.
Right-handed action behind West. Could be nearing the end of the day for Josh. Here's the pitch. Taken outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. West was turned on to this Hastings Sodbuster team by the former coach, Joel Skipper. Joel coaches in the same conference as the Alma College Scots, NCAA Division III program from Colon, Michigan. as the pitch is fouled away, and the pitcher and the Hastings Sodbusters getting together and needing some late season innings, and has come in, and after battling a little bit of arm soreness, has been a reliable guy in a starter's role today for this Hastings Sodbuster team. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Timon Long, who flew out to center his first time up. Runner at second, 1 man out, and the pitch. Hit high in the air to center field, carrying better than I thought it was going to. It felt like it jammed him a little bit. Caught by Brady Alexander, tagging and advancing to third base will be Cooper Fucino. A relatively loud out from Timon Long, who didn't get all of it and still sent it about 360 feet away.
No kidding. That one looked like it might have been off the inside part of the bat, and even with the wind blowing in too. But Duncan Field, no problem holding that one. Alexander tried to throw Fucino out at third. Just a little bit too deep of a fly ball. But Braden Jones will need a hit to get Fremont on the board.
Jones a pop up to the second baseman. His first time up, 2-0. Sodbusters with the lead, and the pitch is taken on the outside corner for a strike. No balls. And 1 strike on Braden Jones, a Doane University Tiger. He's for Papillion La Vista High School. Against the Sodbusters this year, now just 1 for 11. Stands at the right-handed box and takes it outside. 1 ball and 1 strike on Braden Jones. Jones did not play in the first game today. Hit .290 in the spring. 6 home runs for Doane in the NAIA ranks. Righty-righty matchup, and a 1-1 pitch on the way. Inside, backing out of the way, was Braden Jones. 2-1 the count on Jones. 2 outs, 1 on. Fremont just itching for a big 2-out hit. They struggled mightily in that first game. 1 run on 10 hits in the contest. Sodbusters had 5 runs on 7 hits. 2-1 delivery. Bouncing ball to the left side. Going to be fielded by Chase Miller, the shortstop. Sets, throws to first, and Hastings out of trouble again. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left, and we head to the bottom half of inning number 4. It is Hastings 2, Fremont nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
As we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning, the Hastings Sodbusters have a 2-0 lead, and they're going to have their 8, 9, and 1 hitters up there against Logan Anderson. Anderson has made his way through 3 innings, throwing 66 pitches. Josh West has thrown only 50 pitches through 4 for the Hastings Sodbusters. It's been a really well-pitched mini 2-game series, kind of like it has been throughout the year. Again, neither team hitting above 230 against the other. Coming into today, Hastings ERA was 3.02, the Fremont ERA at 3.58 coming into this 2-game series. Sodbusters had won 4 of 5, now 5-1 against Fremont for the season. And we'll see Joey Hecker come to the plate. Hecker, the big 2-run single to provide huge insurance in game number 1. The Sodbusters would ended up winning a contest 5-1. Bounces this one to the right side. Jam shot, and good hustle for Anderson. He'll dish it over to Jones, cover at first base. It's 1-3 on the putout. Joey Hecker is out on a pair of ground outs to the right side. Both of those to the right side of the infield. And here comes Jackson Crane.
Defensive changes for the Moo now as Carter Shellsmith pinch hit for Rocco Geritano, the center fielder last inning. Tyler Wise has slid over to center field, and Shellsmith taking over in left. And Geritano out of the game.
Here's the pitch. Big swing, no contact for Jackson Crane. No balls and a strike on Crane. didn't play in the first game today, had a single in the first inning of this contest. He actually did play, came in as a pinch runner and scored a run for the Hastings Sodbusters in that big eighth. And he lines this one to center field, but over to make the catch is the aforementioned Carter Shellsmith to make the play, and there are 2 outs. Or excuse me, Wise, who is in center, Shellsmith in left, just like Ryan just said. 7 is left
Wise,
field.
same thing, right?
Wise is in center. Number 8 in your scorebook is center field. And 2 outs, and here's Drew Vega. Vega, a single and a stolen base, and a run scored. Lines this one to left field, and he is 2 for 3. Drew Vega, a multi-hit game for the Hastings Sodbusters. Once again, Drew just continues to raise that average. He was really high to begin the year, then fell off the face of the earth for a while. Raised his average coming into this 2-game series by 14 points. He was 262 coming into the first game of this series.
You mentioned the low average. At one point in the season, Steve, Drew Vega was hitting 183. And he is now up, starting this game at 254.
And that after he started the year, I think it was 8 for 16. So, I mean, he had to drop a long ways after a tremendous start. So it's been quite the turnaround for Drew Vega. And that's why I think baseball is so hard, because you go through those things, you wonder if you're ever going to hit the ball again. And Drew has hung with it. Josh Miller up there now, and swinging and fouling the pitch away. Josh Miller trying to find a way. He's 0 for 2 in this game. Miller's played excellent defense since being plugged in as the everyday shortstop coming off the leg injury early in the summer. Indiana guy who's playing his college ball at Saginaw Valley State. Throw over to first base. Sodbusters have been very aggressive on the bases. Vega already with a stolen base in this contest. Coming into the 2-game series, 22 stolen bases to lead the Hastings Sodbusters.
Already stole one base in the first inning, and he had 2 stolen bases in the previous game as well. And they throw over for a 3rd time, and Vega's still on the base. They're just showing that, hey, we're looking at you, buddy.
Chase Miller stands at the plate after going 0 for 2. Pops this one high into the air, and it's behind home plate. The catcher over to make the catch, Cooper Fucino, takes care of Chase Miller. And that'll do it for the Sodbusters. No runs, a hit, 1 man left, and we head to the 5th inning. Hastings 2, Fremont nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Head to the 5th inning. Sodbusters on top 2-0. Josh West back out there, and why not? 50 pitches thrown the first 4 innings, as he has done a great job putting zeros on the board. It's got to be a frustrated Fremont offense after they had 10 hits and only 1 run in the first game of this series. No runs on just 2 hits today, and even today in this second game, they've had their chances. 2 on, nobody out in the 3rd. Got a runner to 3rd in the 4th, and unable to score. Meanwhile, the Hastings Sodbusters scoring 2 runs, 1 of those earned back in the 1st, and that has stood up to this point. The dangerous Joshua Hardiman steps to the plate. He has 1 of the hits for Fremont. They've had their leadoff man aboard each of the last 2 innings against Josh West. Righty-righty matchup as Joshua Hardiman stands in there for the Fremont MOO. Here's the pitch. Swings and fouls it away. Hardiman had kind of a special day earlier this year. Joshua Hardiman, July 1st against the Nebraska Prospects, 3 for 4, a double, 7 runs batted in. That was fun. And glad it didn't happen against the Sodbusters. Bouncing ball back up the middle, and here is Chase Miller's got it, throws to first in time, and Joshua Hardiman, big first out here in the 5th inning. It's getting late, only a 7-inning contest, and Hastings continues to lead it 2-0.
Moving pretty crisply along, exactly how it did in the first game of the series. Sodbusters led 1-0 after the first inning, before Fremont eventually tied it up late in the game, so it's got the signs of that here in this one.
We'll take an identical outcome with Hastings on the winning end and a chance to keep pace or move up in this Independence League baseball standings. Pitch outside for a ball. Wise walked his last time up. That was the best chance for Fremont. First and second, nobody out. Remember, Sevi Aguirre had a 3-1 count as the number 9 hitter, but West came back to strike him out. 1-0 delivery. Pulled a little magic act to get out of that 3rd inning with no damage done, because he comes from the magic capital of the world. Not the United States, the magic capital of the world. Josh West. Here's a high fly ball, center field, carrying pretty well, but Brady Alexander, a good jump on it, and Tyler Wise is allowed out here in the 5th.
Well, the guy who started on the mound as a pitcher in the first game of the series, he's in left field today and dubbed as the beer batter. You usually think that the pitchers maybe aren't the best hitters. No, he's put it in play now once and also walked. So the beer batter fans frustrated tonight.
Here's Sevi Aguirre, and you're kind of hoping that that's the last time you'll see the beer batter if you're a Hastings fan for real, because that means this game's going to be over by the time they get back to him again, as the pitch is fouled away by Sevi Aguirre, who's a strikeout victim, his first time up. And Josh West from Colon, Michigan, dubbed the magic capital of the world. The U.S. Congress actually made that proclamation. Now, if I'm in Switzerland, I may be irritated if they said it's the magic capital of the world. How do they know what the magic is like in Venezuela? I don't know, but that's what we do in the United States now, you know? It's the Gulf of America, folks. As the pitch is missing.
That's like whoever... That's when the MLB, they say that they're the world champions.
That's right.
Well, the MLB's only in America.
Yeah, but that's what we do. That's all right.
So I think it kind of applies to that. Magic capital of the world, unless it's known.
Yeah. As far as we know, it's the magic capital of the world. And a pretty cool deal. And apparently, yeah, that's a lot of famous magicians have lived there and apparently died there, including Henry Blackstone Sr.
Gonna have to ask him about it if he's has any. Was he a magician growing up, or does he try to practice some magic as a kid?
0-2 pitch on the way, and a bouncing ball back up the middle. Chase Miller, the shortstop's got it. Throw to first, low throw, dug out nicely. Good job, Tyler Welch. 1-2-3 goes Fremont in the 5th. Hastings leads it 2-0 as we head to the bottom half of the inning, and we bring you Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to hastingssodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
At the bottom half of the 5th inning, a couple of more chances for some insurance for the Hastings Sodbusters to tack on to a 2-0 lead. As this just a 7-inning game, it'll be 3, 4, and 5. Causey, Jensen, and Johnston against Logan Anderson. He's gone all the way. Got into some early difficulty, had to throw a lot of pitches, but has bounced back nicely. Last inning, just a 7-pitch inning. 73 coming into this one, and throws a first pitch ball to Luke Causey. Causey an RBI, the lone RBI for the Sodbusters in this game on a ground out back in the first. The other one scoring on an error. and takes this one the other way. That'll get down for a base hit. Causey around first. He's going to try for 2. No, he's not. Puts on the brakes, and a good decision there as the left fielder over Carter Shellschmidt to make a strong throw, but it will be a leadoff single for Luke Causey.
Yeah, I like the potential look at it, but last thing you want to do is make it out on the base pass unless you're absolutely sure. Give a big tip of your hat to Carter Shellschmidt for holding him to a single.
Here comes Kale Jensen trying to move the runner along here with the Sodbusters already on top by 2. Jensen stepping the left-handed box and taking strike 1. No balls and 1 strike on Kale Jensen. He'll be trying to get his kinesiology degree and then may go to chiropractic school or perhaps physical therapy school after Illinois, Chicago. Takes this pitch for a strike. Quickly 2 strikes on Kale Jensen. Kale was our Sodbuster spotlight today. We'll have our spotlights already in the books for Tuesday and Wednesday. Going to hear from Nate Fisher coming up and Brady Alexander on those 2 streams, and we'll also have those on our Sodcast here eventually. 1-2 pitch on the way. Hard hit ball, but foul. Jensen getting all of that one, but pulling it well beyond the right field line. 1-2.
He's been squaring up some baseballs this week, but a lot of them have just been too early in foul balls. Kale Jensen just a little bit early.
At the go-ahead RBI single in the 8th inning of the first game. Sodbusters ended up winning at 5-1. Chased one out of the zone here. He goes down on strikes for the second time. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored, and here comes Weston Johnston.
4th strikeout for Logan Anderson, and he definitely gets a break on that one, as that one was never a strike in the zone. Jensen just couldn't lay off.
Weston Johnston pounded one down the third base line for a base hit his last time up. He's reached base twice and takes the pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Weston Johnston, Arkansas Tech guy from Texas, an ag business major, wants to join his dad in crop insurance eventually once the college days are done. Johnston can play third base, doing the catching in this game today for the Hastings Sodbusters. Runner at first, 1 man out. And a pitch swung on and missed quickly. 2 strikes on Weston Johnston with Brady Alexander waiting on deck. Early offense for Hastings in both of the games of this series, and then not much after until late. Maybe this will follow the same format. That pitch just off the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hastings got 1 in the first of the first game and did not score again until the 8th, the 4th spot to break a 1-all tie and a 5-1 win. Pitch is in the turf. Uchino knocks it down and keeps it in front. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Today in this game, 2 runs in the first. Neither team has scored since. For Fremont, what a frustrating 2 games against this Hastings Sodbuster team. Just 1 run so far. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3, no doubt about that, as Weston Johnston could not pull the trigger, and Logan Anderson continues to be effective, and you're really happy you got 2 runs off him in the first, the way he has kind of settled in. A lot of these strikeouts looking as well, and Brady Alexander trying to salvage the inning. You had the bloop single from Causey, and he has not moved from first. Pitch to Anderson, high and tight. 1 ball and no strikes to Alexander from Anderson. Brady Alexander has walked twice against Anderson in the game. One of the few guys who's gotten a good read. Goes after one, maybe out of the zone, but draws a piece of it. 1 ball and 1 strike on Brady Alexander, the Ohio Bobcat, the former Plainsman from earlier this summer, the travel-only team, and he hit .305 with them before joining the Sodbusters. And it was at .333 coming into the 2-game series here today. 2 for 4 in the first game with a run batted in and a run scored. Now 3 for 8 on the season against Fremont. Takes the pitch outside for the homestand. 5 for 14 coming into this game. Remains that way with the 2 walks. 2-1 pitch from Anderson to Alexander. Bouncing ball. Anderson's got it. Throws to first. Low throw, but dug out nicely by Jones. And the Sodbusters do not score. No runs, 1 hit. 1 man left. We head to the 6th. We'll hear from Ryan when we come back. It's Hastings 2 and Fremont nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
To the bottom half of inning number 5, the Hastings Sodbusters continue to lead at 2-0. Once again, Ryan Valenta.
Both teams allergic to runs these past 4 innings, as it is still Hastings 2-0, the only 2 in the first. And the way that we thought that it was going to go after the first inning, we thought maybe that Sodbusters were going to reel off a double-digit run performance. But mentioned, we give tons of credit to the Fremont starter Logan Anderson, with both starting pitchers still out there as we enter the 6th inning. Josh West will look to complete 6 innings of work, and it will be the top of the order against him. Josh West, just his 5th appearance this summer and already way over his total amount of innings pitched. He threw 66 pitches in 3 innings in his previous longest outing, but through 5 innings, he has only thrown 59 pitches. So he's been very efficient tonight. Only 2 hits for Fremont, with Carter Sintek up at the plate. 2 and 3 due up. Pitch downstairs, and still yet to see any controversy between father and son in the batter's box. Again, it's Chris Sintek, the home plate umpire, and Carter Sintek, the batter. And time called Weston Johnston needs a new piece of equipment of some sort, and Dad and son say, "Hey, Dad, doing a good job back there." Or, "Hey, son, you're 0 for 2. Pick it up."
Dad, I really need to get on. We need base runners. We're down 2. It's the 6th inning. Come on. And this is a huge spot in the game. Top of the order. This is a monster half inning, much like the 8th inning in the first game today when we saw this part of the lineup.
So Weston Johnston actually switched gloves. So something was amiss on his previous piece of leather in his hands. 2-0 is outside, and the count running 3-0 on the leadoff hitter, Carter Sintek. Couple of ground outs for him. One time he reached on a fielder's choice. Sintek in the game previously was 0 for 3 with a walk. 3-0 is right down the middle. 4 strike 1, 3-1.
Yeah, Carter's been swinging early, so we haven't had a chance to have a chance for a called 3rd strike yet.
Fremont has been aggressive early in the counts. Carter swings and fouls it back, and well, here's an opportunity now with 2 strikes.
Like I said, Chris Sintek,
I want this to happen really bad.
One of the better umpires around. So it's a cool moment for. He probably hates it, but it's fun for us.
I'd be so nervous right now. 3-2, just got a piece of it, and off the glove of Johnston, the count will remain 3-2. The Sodbuster defense remains the same as it has all game long. They've gone with their original 9 starters, even with their starting pitcher Josh West on the mound. Now at 65 pitches, trying to put away the leadoff hitter from the stretch. That one in front of it and heads up to the Sodbuster bullpen. Oh, it's caught out there.
What a play.
Spencer Schmidt caught it on the fly out. He was just playing catch with the bullpen catcher down there, and Schmidt ran a couple steps over to his right. A little hop, skip, and a leap, and made the catch out there. Banana ball, it's an out.
Yep.
Payoff again. Ground ball in play to short. Drew Vega waiting for the hop he wants. Wings it over to first, and it's in time. 3 ground ball outs for Carter Sintek, the Division I prospect.
Really good job for Josh West to work around that leadoff hitter. Huge opportunity in the 6th inning for Fremont with their top of the order, and there's one big out.
Now at bat is Carter Shellsmith, the second at bat for him, as he came on as a pinch hitter in the 3rd inning. That's a soft chopper, tough play for West. Gets off the mound, guns to first, and he throws it down the line. There goes Shellsmith on the way to second base. Cossey digs it out of the corner. So the first base runner on in the inning for the Fremont MOO. Josh West got off the mound just a bit too tall on the throw.
And you hate that in a lot of different ways. You hope that Josh West can put it behind him. It's one thing when somebody else makes an error. When the pitcher makes an error himself, does that get it to him in a couple of different ways? We'll find out. And say this is the spot of the order where this Fremont team wants to be.
And here is Cooper Fuccino up with a chance to drive in a run here. He is 1 for 2 in this game, was 3 for 4 in the last game. Breaking ball popped up, foul territory. Tyler Welsh racing over, but it will reach the concrete near the concession stands. Cooper Fuccino, the team lead with a .315 average among qualified hitters. Had a double in the first game to bring his season total up to 13 base hits. Shellsmith standing at second. West steps off. So Spencer Schmitz, the guy who just caught the foul ball a few pitches ago, he is the one getting loose right now in the pen. Pitch outside on the fastball. Also gets to be the tough time of the evening where anything not so high of a fly ball out to left field is disastrous to try and catch for a left side fielder. Fremont's scoreless in this game. They only notched 1 in 9 innings last game. Overthrows that fastball, and it's 2-1. Scott Galusha, the interim head coach, general manager, co-owner, he is sitting in his usual perch outside the dugouts, just right beyond the fence to the steps. Corey Caranda right behind him. West shaking off a sign and decides on the next on a 2-1 count. Popped up. Can anyone get there in foul territory? Yes, Josh West can. The pitcher, he's an athlete in foul territory, a full dive to help his own cause.
Monster out in so many ways. Just committed an error on the previous play. Takes away an out there, and you set Cooper Fuccino down with a runner in scoring position. A monster second out as you steal an out from the Fremont MOO.
What a way to redeem yourself after making a costly error. Now a chance to put up another 0 on the scoreboard, but it is the cleanup hitter Henry Heyman. Pitch on the way, which is in there at the top of the zone for a strike. Heyman grounded out to first base last time, which the toss over to first. That was a great play on both ends to rob Heyman of a potential hit. Josh West, the 0-1 on the way. Soft ground ball to the shortstop. Chase Miller collects, throws on over, wide throw, but Welsh able to hold the bag or at least get his foot back on it. What a disappearing act by Josh West. He's got a nice grin coming off the field, and Scott Galusha gives him a firm handshake and says, nice job, young man. 6 shutout innings for the Sodbusters starter. It's 2-0. Some insurance time, perhaps, for the Sodbusters when we return.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
It's the bottom of the 6th inning, and finally for the first time tonight, there is a reliever from the bullpen. This is Joe Hauser. This pitching change brought to you by Joyride Pedal Company. If you need a unique way to celebrate, sip, and cruise through town, visit joyridepedalcompany.com. Drinks and exercise, a combination made in heaven. I say that under my own. I've never done it before.
That is awesome. That was the voice of experience, Ryan Valenta.
I'm from Lincoln, and it's in Lincoln. It's called group therapy.
Okay.
And I've got so many friends that they have done it. They all said they love it. I've never done it personally, but it does sound like a fun time. Joe Hauser, however, is on for Fremont. He will be on for the 10th time this summer, and a familiar face for the Sodbusters as they saw him late in the game at July 4th.
They had to watch him for like 30 minutes out there. He was the guy that was on the mound in the 10th inning when the lights went out. He had 2 strikes on Graham Hilton, and then, we talked about Hilton having to wait around. This guy had to wait around to throw his next pitch, and Hilton fought off several 2-strike pitches and worked a walk, a bases-loaded walk, to walk off the MOO that day by a score of 7-6.
Hauser with a couple of saves on the season, and he's got a ERA of 1.91, so he has done a pretty good job in his appearances so far this summer, and shows you why right there. He pumps that thing right in there faster than fast for strike one. 11 innings pitched and only 3 earned runs allowed. He has walked 10 and struck out 20. First at bat for the Hastings Sodbusters is Tyler Welsh. He fouls that off the mitt of the catcher Fucino, and the count's no balls and 2 strikes. Final call for the Sodbusters to grab some insurance. They did so in their final at-bat in the 8th inning of the previous game. Trying to replicate that in Game 2 of this 2-game series. The Prospects come to town next on Tuesday after tomorrow off. 0-2 is downstairs. Tyler Welsh 0 for 2. He's popped out to both infielders on the right side of the field today. Joe Hauser had a game on June 18th where he struck out 7 batters in 3 innings. That's a called strike 3 as Welsh thought about swinging, couldn't pull the trigger, and the fastball on the black, the first strikeout for the flamethrower.
Oahe trying to close out Spearfish. They lead it 7-5. You're kind of rooting for Spearfish in that one, as Oahe does lead the second half standings at 13-6.
Because if they hold on, then they will face Spearfish in the second half standing. But you'd love Spearfish to be the second half champions because the Sodbusters are close to being the second overall team in the standings. Joey Hecker pokes it down the left field line, a base hit. He rounds first base and will drop anchor with a 1-out single. Joey Hecker's been going the opposite field in his base hits a lot recently, and he gets rewarded with yet another hit in this homestand.
Sodbusters' big insurance run over there at first base. We'll see how Hastings plays it with Hecker now at first base. I mean, Hastings was 2 up, 2 down in the 8th inning of the first game and able to battle for 4. They're 1 up, 1 down here, but now it's Joey Hecker at first and Jackson Crane trying to move him on.
That is now Hecker's 6th hit just this week here at home. Pitch gets away from the catcher Fucino, and on to second is Hecker on the wild pitch.
So don't have to give up an out to get a guy in scoring position. Now you're just hoping for Crane or Vega to come through with a large RBI hit.
Jackson Crane, the 9th place hitter. In the batting order, he is 1 for 2 with a single and a flyout. Let's tell you why Joe Hauser is so dominant in just a moment here. Taking a long look at second base at Hecker and pitches inside 2-0. Joe Hauser in this inning, he has hit 90 on the radar gun. 89 to 90, and that's where he's sitting, folks. So he is throwing it in there. Stats tonight, once again, brought to you by Eagle Distributing, and an 84-mile-an-hour slider. That's most guys' fastball in this league. That one gets away as well from Fucino on the fastball that is yanked in the other batter's box. 2 wild pitches, puts a big insurance run 90 feet away.
And now a totally different situation. Fremont has to play the infield in, or they do on the right side anyway. The shortstop, Syntek, hasn't seen that sign yet, but you think they're probably going to bring everybody in here already down by 2, which will give Jackson Crane a better opportunity to smash one through the drawn-in infield.
And Syntek finally realizes where his teammates are and will join force with them, playing on the lip of the infield turf. And a called strike on the outside corner to Jackson Crane. Cranium, as they call him, for obvious reasons.
Smart. That's why.
He's got the smarts. Pitches inside. It's ball 4. Runners at first and third with 1 out. Hauser with the 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. And he now has 1 of each tonight.
Now Vega, just the man you'd like in this situation. Already 2 hits for Drew Vega. Fremont will retreat the infield back to double play depth. This is a pretty tough guy to double play.
Gonna say, if you want to double Drew Vega up, he probably has to hit a smash shot, 1-hop ground ball at somebody to accomplish that feat. And who knows, Crane could be on the move as well. Vega showing bunt. He drops it down the third base line. Hardiman fields. A run will score. Vega is out, but the Sodbusters play small ball to get their 3rd run. Perfectly executed by Drew Vega.
Little sacrifice 5-3, a safety squeeze. They bring in Joey Hecker, and now Drew Vega going to be given a little bit of a curtain call right here. What a finish as Drew Vega closing out his playing time for the Hastings Sodbusters, and so kind of cool for him to come through in vintage Sodbuster style in what we hope is his final Sodbuster at bat. Hastings wants to close things out in the 7th inning.
I would take that too, knowing that I drove in a run to help the team extend the lead. Drew Vega with the sacrifice bunt and drives in the run. Pitch downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes to Chase Miller. We'll see if he comes back out in the field for the 7th inning, but he did get a nice standing ovation as the PA offered fans to give a warm round of applause who has been one of the best Sodbuster players in the past couple of seasons.
And if I'm Scott Galusha, yeah, I'm all for saluting my players, but you're only up 3, and I want my best defensive players out there, and so I'm keeping Drew Vega in there, but this is why I am not the coach. I don't have that call to make.
I would agree right there. Chase Miller, the batter with a 2-0 pitch from Hauser, gets the call in the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. Chase Miller 0 for 3 today with a strikeout, a groundout, and a pop-out. Miller's been hot as of recent, but there's been nothing hotter than his glove at shortstop. Pitch is called a strike again, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuce is wild. It's just a bit outside. Hauser thought he might have gotten the call. Crane's at second base, looking to be another insurance run, but the Sodbusters with a semi-more comfortable 3-run lead, and I don't want to say comfortable outright because any team can put up 3 in an inning. Pitch is outside for ball 4. Chase Miller is patient and reaches base for the first time tonight.
Great at bat there for Chase Miller. Got down 2 strikes. A really tough take at 2-2 and got the call to get to 3-2. And now Luke Causey, talk about these add-on runs with 2 outs. This is a big chance here for Causey, one of the top RBI guys on the team, already with an RBI in this game.
And with that coming up from a ground out in the first, he's also singled his last time up in the 5th. But everybody now, the batting order, seeing a new Fremont pitcher for the first time in this game. The lefty awaits, puts it in the air to left field. Racing back as Shell Smith turned it around the wrong way. 2 runs will score as Causey goes into second. Actually, the throw is perfect inside. Wow, did the relay get into home plate quickly. Luke Causey drives in 1 run as what a relay from Carter Shellsmith. That ball, when it got down, it just died. It almost looked like a wedge onto the green with some backspin. And trying to score from first base, Chase Miller is out. got ahead of myself there, but Jackson Crane does score to make it a 4-0 game. Sodbusters just need 3 outs to get the sweep of the Fremont MOO. We're back in a moment.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Final call for the Fremont MOO as they trail this game 4-0. The Sodbusters trying to continue the home magic here this year. 19 wins at home, and looking for win number 20. Have the final 3 outs, and look who's on the mound, Josh West. He's going to try and go for the complete game.
And meanwhile, they did salute Drew Vega, but Drew, get back out there. You're playing defense. One more inning, all right? So, yes, good job getting the RBI, but go get a couple of ground outs if you can. So he does stay in the game, trying to keep your best defensive unit out there to complete this 2-game sweep.
Just so glad that Vega found the mark later in the season. Timon Long is the first hitter out of the dugout for the Fremont MOO. Josh West induced a foul ball back to the screen. And for Josh West, 74 pitches in 6 innings. That's pretty darn good and efficient. His line tonight, 2 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. So it's not like he's been blowing hitters away. He's just been getting the right amount of contact from Fremont. Foul back to the screen. And the count's no balls and 2 strikes. The 2 hits for Fremont tonight coming as a single in the 3rd and a single in the 4th. Had a walk, a fielder's choice, ground out reach, and then an error, but otherwise, the Fremonts have been corralled. 0-2 is outside.
I see what you did there. That's cool.
Trying to add to the Fremont puns here because it's the last time we get to see them this year. 1-2 now the counts. To Timon Long, he has flied to center twice tonight.
I have no beef with that.
There we go, Steve. Let's keep it rolling. 2-2 the counts now as that one hopped in front of the catcher, Johnston. Timon Long in the first game of the series had a hit. So he is now 1 for 6 in 2 games. But he's got some pop in his bats. He'll pop it to Drew Vega. Makes the play, throws it over to first, and that is in time for the out. Drew Vega does get a chance here in the 7th inning for the first out.
And I'm not saying there's other guys on the team that could have made that play, but you just have a little safety net out there and trying to find the best opportunity to get 3 outs here in the 7th.
You have replacements to go to, but be nice to get on the field in your potential final game, which we are under the impression that it is the final game for Drew Vega. Swing and a miss on the first pitch from Braden Jones. He is 0 for 2, popped to second and grounded to short. Josh West 2 outs away from capping off a stellar performance. That's an accidental lawn dart right there. Hey, if he's a cricket pitcher, that's probably a strike right there. Raise your hand in the YouTube stream if you know how the rules of cricket work. Wickets and runs and paddles, oh my. 1-1 back to West. It's off his glove and going out to Drew Vega. The bare hand throw over to first base will not be in time. And let's just hope that it didn't get Josh West anywhere sensitive. It doesn't look like it did. And that'll be an infield hit for Braden Jones.
There's one other time ball was hit to his right. He reached out with his pitching hand, and I wanted to yell at him then.
Yes, I remember
that. And even on that ball, that safe color first, that was still a pretty play by Drew Vega, who came in and barehanded it and threw it to first, even though they had no chance to get the out.
So Braden Jones at first. Joshua Hardiman, he swings and misses at strike one. He has been controlled for the most part this series. He is 1 for 6, his only single coming back in the third inning. Hardiman leads the team with 11 multi-hit games. Is up there in the lead. Sodbusters have had his number this weekend. West ahead of him 0-2 with Jones at first. 4-0 Sodbusters. On the way, head high for ball one. No more action in the bullpen, so either they want West to really get this one locked down, or whoever may be coming in is hot. Josh West at 85 pitches. He's still got plenty to go on the pitch counts. Hardiman into center, pretty well hits, but not enough. Brady Alexander retreats to make the catch for the second out of the game, and the Hastings Sodbusters 1 out away from a 2-game sweep. The final hope for the Fremont MOO is Tyler Wise. Scott Galusha coming out, potentially going to be making a sub here. Talking with home plate umpire Chris Sintek. There are some guys wandering into the bullpen too, and here he comes. Drew Vega is coming off the field for the final time in this 2025 season. The first to greet him, Luke Ray, who will take over his place. Scott Galusha and his teammates will come out and congratulate Drew Vega on another excellent season with the Hastings Sodbusters. The Arkansas native headed back home after tonight. So Luke Ray will come in for the final outs, what we hope is the 9th inning. Tyler Wise started today as the left fielder, has since moved over to center field. The final hope for Fremont. Pitch outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Ground ball that's just fouled down the third base line rather. Tyler Wise today has walked and flown out. Weird to say that this could be the final out of the game when the sun is still shining on the baseball field.
Hallelujah for that.
The 1-1 pitch out to third, and it's a diving stop by Chase Miller, but he'll have no play to throw it anywhere. He is a vacuum out there, but no chance to throw out anybody. And Tyler Wise will be credited with an infield single.
And the game is not over yet. Got to find a way to get that elusive third out and the 21st out for Josh West. Still pitching well, only allowing the 2 infield singles in this inning.
And how big do those 2 insurance runs look now, too? Otherwise, you might have had the tying run on base. Instead, it's still in the dugout. First pitch line shot over the head of Luke Ray and into right center field. A base hit by Sevi Aguirre. It's misplayed by Alexander. 1 run comes in. The other runner stops at third. And that is an RBI single for Sevi Aguirre. He picks on the first pitch, so there will be no shutout tonight. Boy, that's the 3rd time this season, at least, that the Sodbusters have taken a shutout into the final inning, and the opposing team spoils it.
And now you just want to get yourself a win because, ladies and gentlemen, it is Duncan Field, but the tying run does come to the plate, and you've got Carter Sintek, the D1 prospect, up there. Keep in mind, they've got Shellsmith and then Fucino if this inning keeps on going. So it looked like you were pretty comfortable with the infield single, the RBI single, and now here comes Scott Galusha out of the dugout. I'd seen the relief pitcher Spencer Schmidt had gotten warm, but he has not been throwing for a while, so I'm not sure exactly what his status is. He's quickly up and getting ready again. So, Ryan Valenta, that comment about the sun being up, you kiss of death, man. You just gotta
Aren't you the guy that doesn't believe in jinxes?
Yes,
so.
I totally agree with that. Yes,
I know you're just pulling my leg.
I totally
here,
don't believe in jinxes. So
there's also Spencer Schmidt, and then there's another left-hander that's now getting hot as well to maybe come in potentially, but like we mentioned, and I hate to bring up past contests, but back in 2023, it was July 4th. Fremont with the go-ahead 3-run home run in the 9th inning to dead center field. Noah, turn the music off. Chris Sintek turned around and said, looked over there, and Noah, who was running the music, forgot to turn it off as we were set to start this one. So Josh West trying still to get the complete game here. He needs just one more out.
He said, cut the music. My son's batting now.
Yeah.
That's not what he said. No.
It could have been what he thought. 1-0 to Sintek, still looking for his first hits. Sprays it down the right field line, hooking foul territory. Lucasi almost caught it.
Oh, what an effort.
He was maybe a foot away from making the Sports Center top 10 tonight. And my, oh my, he doesn't care about his health. He just wants to make amazing plays, and that's where we say no regard for life or limb, and he readjusts the pant leg on his right sock. That was the knee that he hurt diving for a ball a couple weeks ago that caused him to miss 11 days of game. Carter Sintek with the 1-1 count lays off the pitch to make it 2-1. Spencer Schmidt is just standing off. He is staring in, seeing if he might be called upon. Tyler Wise at third, Seve Aguirre at first. The 2-1 pitch, too low for ball 3. Got to get Sintek here, you would like, or maybe Shell Smith next. The dangerous part of the Fremont lineup is lurking here in the 7th. 4-1. Sodbusters with the lead, needing one more out. Pitch to Sintek, high and tight for ball 4. The bases are loaded. Well, there's the controversy right there. Flight Scope robo-ump would have called that a strike.
It was a borderline call at the worst. And Chris Sintek, he's had a really nice game behind the plate. I haven't had any issues, and got to find a way to get Shell Schmidt now because Fucino waits on deck.
Josh West at 95 pitches, and you've got to figure this will probably be his last batter if he can't get it done. Line drive, single into right center field. 1 run is in. Here comes another 2-run single, and Fremont is knocking on the door in the 7th. The Sodbusters only now lead it 4-3. And you've got to go get West here. You can't let him see Fucino for the 4th time, can you?
Well, the crazy thing is, I mean, yes, they will make a change. So pitching change is going to happen. The question is, do you put him on and put the lead run at second? That's how good he is, but Henry Heyman's 0 for 3 behind him. I don't know. This is a really interesting situation as the pitching change is going to happen for the Hastings Sodbusters. Josh West, you just hope that Hastings can find a way to make him a winner, but they're going to need one more out before Fremont scores that run from third.
Take a quick break. We'll let you know about the new Sodbuster pitcher when we return.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
It's getting dicey here in the 7th inning at Duncan Field as the Hastings Sodbusters are looking to get the win here in regulation, or at least close it out here in front. They've been in the lead all night long, and like we mentioned, those 2 insurance runs, they're the difference in the game right now. If they don't get them, it's 3-2 Fremont. Instead, it's just 4-3 Sodbusters, and it's Ethan Marshall coming into pitch for the Hastings Sodbusters. Marshall, he has been a 7-game starter for Hastings. He's gotten 5 days of rest, but he is called upon in an emergency situation to try and get this final out of the game and put the W in the win column.
And how about the play that we kind of thought as an afterthought, Carter Shellschmidt throwing to Carter Sintek to Cooper Fucino to gun down Chase Miller at home, and what could have been an extra insurance run, that's looming large right now in a 4-3 game in the top of the 7th.
And they were going to go after probably the best hitter on the Fremont team, Cooper Fucino, who has a single in this game. The first pitch from Marshall is a soft breaking ball and right over there for strike 1. Cooper Fucino, kind of like a Weston Johnston for the Sodbuster teams. Whenever he comes up, you just always think he's going to come through. The lefty to the righty. Downstairs, Fucino lays off. Carter Sintek at third base represents the tying run. Carter Shellschmidt on first base represents the go-ahead run. Can the Sodbusters weave out of trouble one more time? Marshall's 1-1, up high. Got to be careful around him, but if you do walk him, the bases are loaded. Henry Heyman is on deck. Cooper Fucino probably not thinking he was going to get to bat this inning. He's the 8th hitter to come to the plate. 2-1 from Marshall. Wave and a miss. Blew it by him. One more strike. The fans will come to their feet and try and will the team to get this final strike. A huge pitch from Ethan Marshall. That's outside. Sodbuster dugout thought they had it. That was clearly outside from our vantage point, but they can't see it inside and outside. They thought it looked good enough. Scott Galusha's even lost the glasses. That's how serious this is. First and third, 2 out, a 3-2 count from Marshall to Fucino. Out of play, we will throw another.
And keep in mind, with 3 and 2 and 2 outs, that means Shellschmidt starts from first, a gapper, and Fremont likely has the lead.
Fremont came into this inning with just 2 hits, and they have 4 now in this frame. All singles. Marshall's 3-2. Ground ball foul. Fucino staying alive, the Creighton product. He is trying to tie this game up. Well, the Buster fans will get the chant going one more time, we hope. Marshall staring in. He's decided. Delivers. Ground ball to third, out to Joey Hecker. Throws over to first. Welsh dropped it! He dropped it, and the run scores were tied. Tyler Welsh drops the baseball. And the Fremont MOO have come all the way back to tie it with 4 runs in the 7th inning. Wasn't the best throw from Joey Hecker. Welsh stretching out. That thing just popped out of his glove. So the inning continues on the error. And here comes Henry Heyman. Downstairs for ball 1. And a gem of a start by Josh West now will not go down in the record books. He will be not able to win this game anymore. Pitch from Marshall outside. So the Sodbusters will have to play the bottom of the 7th to potentially win this game. They have the middle of their order coming up as we look ahead. Schmidt represents the go-ahead run. That breaking ball finds the outside corner for Ethan Marshall. This game is turned upside down for the Hastings Sodbusters. They will still have an opportunity no matter what. Lefty's delivery, waved at and miss. Heyman off target with that breaking ball, and for the second batter in a row, the Sodbusters are 1 out away from closing this thing out. Taking a look at seconds, the pitch to Heyman. Ground ball foul, look out, Connor McGonigal has to hop out of the way of that one. Still a tie game. Sodbusters with a chance in the 7th, depending on what the score will be. Schmitt's at second, Fuccino's at first. 2-2 from Marshall. Down low, great take by Heyman. And the count is run full 3-2. Heyman, the 9th batter to come to the plate this inning. 4 have scored. Payoff. Runners on the move. Line drive left field rather. Jackson Crane, it's right to him. Barely had to move. Sodbusters give up the lead. A catastrophic 7th inning, but still a chance in the bottom of the 7th to walk it off. We're tied at 4. We'll be back. You're watching Sodbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Sodbusters weren't expecting to bat into the bottom of the 7th, but they will do so as they give up 4 runs in the 7th inning. As Josh West struggled in the 7th, the second night this week that a Sodbuster starter has maybe been left in a little bit too long, and the bullpen behind him not able to lock it down. Ethan Marshall did give up the game-tying run, but all the runs charged to Josh West. His official line, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Ethan Marshall comes on and retires the second batter he faces. The Sodbusters were a catch away at first base from winning it in the top of the 7th, but now instead they will have to go back up against the flame-throwing right-hander, Joe Hauser. He's on for his second inning. 4, 5, and 6 due up. Kale Jensen, Weston Johnston, and Brady Alexander, the scheduled 3 hitters. Oh, we mentioned that he's throws hard. Sodbusters got to him in the 6th. Why not do it again in the 7th?
Yep, that would be certainly a nice turn of events, but had an opportunity to score an additional run in that 6th, which we didn't think was going to matter. It matters. 21 outs you got to get in a 7-inning game, and the Sodbusters couldn't quite get it done, still in front.
Kale Jensen the first to bat against Joe Hauser. So this is a power v power matchup. First pitch, pulled the string and gets the swing and the miss. Looking at the defense for Fremont, Henry Heyman in right field. For the power of Kale Jensen is not in a great position right now, and the center fielder, Tyler Wise, almost has him shifted over as he's a right-handed hitter. Called a strike. Fans don't agree with that call by Chris Sintek, and looked like it was a little bit down. Joe Hauser quickly had 0-2 on Jensen. Smacks it into left. Going way back is Shellsmith. He turns around. He's got it measured up. Makes the catch. Some loud opposite field power for Kale Jensen, but he's the first out.
Good job for Shellsmith to get back, and we've come to the point in the evening now where the sun not nearly the factor. It's pretty much totally shaded, so he didn't have to deal with that aspect here at Duncan Field.
Kale Jensen giving a quick piece of verbal advice to his teammate Weston Johnston before he digs in. See if whatever that was pays off. Johnston with a hit tonight. Also reached on an error. Pitch inside on the breaking ball. Reminder, Hauser about 89 to 90 on the heater and about 83 to 84 on a slider. Impressive. This game deadlocked at 4-4. Fouled out of play by Johnston. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Oahe has closed out Spearfish, which making this game even more important. Oahe won 7-5. Casper run ruled the Bison 13-3. So all the results go against Hastings today, so you really need to win this one.
Oahe, they're now 8 games over 500 in the second half. Meanwhile, the Sodbusters just 5 games over 500 in the second half. 1-2 count to Weston Johnston. He's got a single back in the third. Fouls that curveball back to the screen. At 8:35 Central now, it's just about exactly 2 hours past the start of game time in this 7-inning affair. Joe Hauser looking for the sign, ahead in the counts. The pitch, got him swinging. Nasty breaking ball. Johnston swings over the top of it, and the first strikeout of the inning.
I was theorizing when the day began that the first game was going to go extra innings, and it's now looking more and more like the second game could go extra innings. But 2 outs, nobody on. The Sodbusters have done it before today. Can they find a way?
It's Brady Alexander. The first pitch to him down and in. 0-1. 1-0 rather. Alexander with a pair of walks. He's just 0 for 1. Both teams with 4 runs. Sodbusters have out hit Fremont 8-6. Swing and a miss. 1-1. If you can get Alexander on, Tyler Welsh awaits on deck. Back to the screen, and it's 1-2. So if we do reach extra innings, which will be the 8th inning, then the last out recorded by each team will stand at second base to start the inning with nobody out. 1-2 pitch, line drive. It's past the second baseman, in for a base hit. Brady Alexander, he's going to try for 2. The throw in is not in time. A hustle double for Brady Alexander. The Fremont outfielders couldn't decide who was going to bring it in. And Alexander, he is in scoring position now with 2 outs. A huge momentum booster for Hastings on the heads-up play.
And how about the extra gear for Brady Alexander? You knew he was fast, and it was like he willed himself to second, and that is a monster extra base because Tyler Welsh, wouldn't it be just wonderful if Tyler Welsh could come through here for the Hastings Sodbusters? It would make my day if that could happen for Hastings and they could win it in walk-off fashion.
Could potentially win it for the 2nd time this season and make up for a mistake in the 7th. So a base hit away from potentially walking it off in the 7th here. Some more 2-out magic. Tyler Welsh 0 for 3 today. First pitch, waves and misses at the breaking ball. Welsh was looking fastball.
He was the first guy to get a look at Joe Hauser and struck out against him last inning.
Hauser's ahead 0-1. Hauser has been wild as well. He's thrown a couple of wild pitches allowing for runners to reach, and they say Welsh went around. 50-50 call right there. Welsh couldn't hold up his swing.
I think it's the right call. Now he's going to have to just shorten up the swing, put it in play, a little blooper somewhere, Tyler Welsh.
Hauser way ahead 0-2. Alexander represents the game-winning run. Couple looks at second, now the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. And out to first base, it's in time. And 7 innings is not enough. We go to the extras. The Sodbusters and Moo deadlocked at 4. We'll be back in a moment at Duncan.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Top of the 8th inning, but it is extra innings in this 7-inning contest. Ethan Marshall will try and settle the waters and try and give Hastings another chance for a walk-off in the 8th. So again, how it works, the last out of the inning is put at second base, which is Henry Heyman for the Fremont MOO, and Ethan Marshall will try and corral this. Steve, you got another inning to play by play, bud?
Hopefully just one. Let's just finish it off right here. And the Sodbusters trying to walk off Fremont for the 3rd time this season. And you want to talk what would be I don't say a devastating loss, but it would be a very devastating loss because
absolutely,
you're up 4-0. You're staring at 11-5 in the second half, an opportunity to go 6 games over 500. You're going to be with the win. You would be ahead of Spearfish. You'd be tied with Casper, still right on the heels of Oahe. If you lose this, you fall to 4 games above 500, behind all of those teams with a week to go. So it's, like I say, it is so critical. Every game is big as you scoreboard watch this time of year. And now you can't, we can, and find a way to win this one after a really disappointing end to the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. It's taken right on the outside corner for a strike. No balls on a strike on time and long. He's 0 for 3 in the game. As Fremont battling for 4 runs, a pair of infield singles getting it started, then single. Was a walk in there and an error in a ball popping out of a glove. That kept the inning going, and here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Throw to first, way off line. It's going to be an infield single. Tremendous job there for Time and Long to put it in play. Great job for Chase Miller just to get there. He tried to get the out, but no chance. Runners at first and third. The free runner, Henry Heyman, moves up, and runners the corners. Nobody out for Braden Jones.
And more important, that Tyler Welsh was able to come off first base. He wanted to try and keep his foot on to maybe get an out, but the more important, to keep the ball on the infield and keep the go-ahead run at bay for the moment.
And right now you would go ahead and take a double play and give up the go-ahead run at this point with Braden Jones taking the pitch low for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. And the unfortunate thing for the Sodbusters with Ethan Marshall in there, he's not much of a strikeout pitcher, more of a pitch-to-contact guy, so anything put in play likely scores a run. Count does go to 1 ball and 1 strike. You're trying to minimize here with Heyman at third and Long at first, and nobody out. And Fremont all the momentum after they put up a 4 spot in the 7th. If their season wasn't already on the line before the first game today, it was here. Here's a grounder to Wells, steps on the bag. The runner will advance to second. Now they're going to say foul ball. And I think I'd have taken the out right now if I were the Hastings Sodbusters, but they did say just wide of the bag, and so we'll do it over.
Pretty much a 50-50 call right there, right near the line. Home plate umpire had foul ball all the way.
So runners at the corner still. And I mentioned the fact he's not much of a strikeout guy, but you'd sure take one from Ethan Marshall trying to find a way against Braden Jones. Hastings had a 4-run lead 2 outs in the 7th and couldn't quite finish the deal. 1-2 pitch is fouled back. Sodbusters, the infield single with 1 out started it. Then they had a bunt single with 2 outs from the number 8 hitter. The number 9 hitter had an RBI single, and then Carter Sintek walked. 1-2 delivery, and this one is hit high in the air to left field, carrying pretty well. Can Jackson Crane get there? He will. It's plenty deep enough to score the run, and they'll also be able to advance the runner to second. A sacrifice fly for Braden Jones. He gets the job done, bringing home Heyman from third. Long goes to second, and Fremont has the lead for the first time in the ballgame at 5-4.
You'll take the out any day right there. Unfortunately, the double play no longer in order. Just hit too deep to keep the runner at first from tagging as well.
Here's Joshua Hardiman now. He is 1 for 3, and say he's a guy that is one of their top players, batting in the 7th spot of the batting order. You've kind of been holding your breath and feeling like, okay, maybe you've gotten through the weekend or the 2-game series without him doing much. Well, here he comes up in a monster spot trying to get a run home from second and give this team some insurance. Fremont, its season on the line if it wasn't already over in terms of the playoff possibilities. They'd fallen to 500 at 10-10, and with Oahe now 8 games above 500, the best Fremont could do if they win today and win their remainings would be 6 games over 500, depending on how everybody else does in the final week. 2-1 pitch is hit really hard. Alexander on the run. He will not get there, and this will get almost all the way to the wall. The run will score, and Hardiman comes through with a double, and Fremont has insurance here in the top half of the 8th inning with Joshua Hardiman getting his 2nd hit of the day. And Fremont, after having only 2 hits through 5 innings, they now have 6 runs on the board on 8 hits.
That was a breaking ball by Marshall, left right over the middle of the plate. That is asking for trouble if you're a Sodbuster pitcher, and even with the spacious confines of Duncan Field, over the head of everyone.
Tyler Wise, the plate now, swings and misses. Infield single and a run scored as part of that critical 4-run 7th, as Hastings now is going to have at least 2 to tie in the bottom half of the 8th inning. This is an extra inning game now after we had the scheduled 7-inning game. And this is punched through the right side for a base hit. Hardiman will try to score. Here comes the throw from Causey, and that will not be in time. Throw back to first base, and safe at first. They tried to throw in behind, and the Sodbusters aren't going to be pleased with that. Luke Ray will bark something at the field umpire, John Peters. So there's still a runner at first and 3 runs home in the inning. So runner at first base, only 1 man out, and Sevi Aguirre will come in, but he will face a new pitcher apparently as Hastings. Well, it looks like Scott Galusha. I thought he called for the right-hander, and that is going to be the case. We will see a new pitcher come in. Top half of the 8th inning. Fremont has scored 4 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th. They are in command now, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
It is a pitching change, and it is sponsored by Joyride Pedal Company. Looking for a unique way to celebrate, sip, and cruise through town, Joyride Pedal Company has the ultimate 14-passenger party bike. And the best part is nobody actually rides a bike anymore. It's got the battery powered. You don't even have to pedal. So that's what America is this day and age. So a great opportunity to go out and have a good time. Joyride Pedal Company. You can get details at joyridepedalco.com. New right-hander for the Hastings Sodbusters. It's Spencer Schmidt. He was a former Plainsman. Went 0-1 for them with a 2.33 ERA. For the Nebraska Prospects, 2 innings pitched. Against the Nebraska Prospects, he had 2 innings pitched, no runs, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks for Spencer Schmidt in his lone appearance for the Hastings Sodbusters. He is from the College of St. Scholastica in Duluth, Minnesota. The Saints at NCAA Division III school, and he's in a jam here with already 3 runs home. Throws a first pitch strike at the letters to Sevi Aguirre, who's had a single, an RBI, and a run scored. All the damage for Fremont done in the 7th. They scored 4 then, have added 3 here in the 8th inning, and a pitch fouled away. 2 strikes quickly on Sevi Aguirre. He was a starter in the first game, went 1 for 4, just his second hit against the Sodbusters. He was 2 for 15 coming into this game. Gets that monster 3rd hit to keep the 7th inning going. Is a swing and a miss here and a strikeout against Sevi Aguirre. And that's the 2nd out of the inning, and back to the top of the order for Carter Sintek. One of the key at-bats. It's going to kind of be an afterthought, but he drew the walk to keep the inning going. And this squad from Fremont would get the 2-run single from Shell Schmidt to follow it. Fucino reached on the error to tie the game. And here we are with Fremont scoring 3 insurance runs, or I should say 3 runs. Here's a liner back up the middle. Base hit. Good effort for Luke Ray, the new Hastings second baseman, but Carter Sintek has his first hit. And runners at first and second now, and 2 men out for the aforementioned Shellschmidt. He came into the game back in the 3rd inning, grounded out, then reached on an error in the 6th. 2-run single in the 7th to keep the inning going to make it a 4-3 game at the time, and the Sodbusters could not get that 3rd out before Fremont tied it up. And now to get their free runner in, plus 2 more. Sodbusters will have Tyler Welsh at second base if they don't pitch run for him, and you would think that that's probably an option in the 8th. He'll be the free runner for Hastings if and when we get there. 0-1 delivery, big swing, no contact. Quickly 2 strikes on Shellschmidt. And again, Cooper Fucino's waiting on deck. Just finish it here if you possibly can to keep it a 3-run deficit. Runners at first and second. We were hoping we wouldn't see Cooper Fucino in the 7th. We may see him in the 7th and the 8th. Pitch outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good stop there for Weston Johnston. Has had the free runner, and they are now batting their 6th man of the inning. 1-2 pitch, tough play, left side. Hecker will grab it and will not throw. Good, smart play there to not throw. It's an infield single. The inning continues. And the only thing better than having Cooper Fucino at the plate is Cooper Fucino at the plate with the bases loaded in a 7-4 game.
Wait, is that a pinch hitter? No, just kidding. That'd be nice, though. Fucino, he's probably licking his chops right now. He had that ground ball. He was the one that hit the ground ball to the the 3rd baseman that popped out of the glove of the 1st baseman, which could have been the final out of the game, and we could have already been out of here by now.
And instead, this Fremont team with a 3-run lead and looking for much more as Fucino pops it up. Foul territory. That will be unplayable. No balls and 1 strike. 8th man batting of the inning. Henry Heyman, the free runner, is actually on deck and could have a chance to bat here if Fucino can keep it going. Fucino is single back in the 4th. And he's going to owe Hastings Historical Society some money because he doubled off the wall earlier this series, and I think that is an historic landmark here in Hastings. And so if he took a brick out, that, I'm just saying.
Send him the bill.
There you go. Cooper Fucino. Creighton guy who is one of the better players on this Fremont team and trying to come through here for more insurance. They already lead it by 3. Sodbusters will have to have 3 in the bottom of the 8th or suffer a really disheartening defeat. For the first 10 innings today, a lot of fun. Sodbusters coming up with that win in the completion of the suspended game. They lead the contest in game number 2, the regularly scheduled game, 4-0. And now here in the 8th on the verge of a really tough setback. 2-1 the count to Ficino. No place to put him as the pitch comes in. That is hit high, a long way, into left field. That is not going to be playable, and that is off the wall. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score. Here comes a 3rd run home. Cooper Ficino. Actually, they hold the 3rd runner. He started to come and decided to go back, but it is a 2-run double for Cooper Ficino. It is 9-4 Fremont with a 5-run 8th inning.
Just an unbelievable comeback by Fremont, and I thought Ficino, I know this is Duncan Field, but I thought he might have gotten that one, and he almost did. That one was off one of the little sponsor flags right to the right of the 370 sign on the fly.
Whew.
That was pretty close to coming out 100 miles an hour off the bat. It's a breaking ball that Spencer Schmidt left up there too high.
And the free runner in the inning, it's always good when your free runner gets a chance to bat, and they've scored 5 runs so far. Pitch in there for strike 1 to Henry Heyman as he is credited with a run scored, but no at bat for him as he is 0 for 4 in the game today. As the Sodbuster bullpen can't get it done here in the 8th. Ethan Marshall started it, and a monster shot off of Spencer Schmidt. She came in and got a strikeout, but since then, single, infield single, 2-run double, and a hard-hit ball. Luke Ray climbs the ladder and gets the out there for the final out of the 8th inning. But 5 score, and Hastings will need a bunch to keep this game going. We go to the bottom half of inning number 8, 9-4 Fremont. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Out of the bottom half of the 8th inning, Sodbusters need 5. And just need 5 to tie to get this baby to the 9th. It was supposed to be a 9-inning game anyway, right? So let's just see what they can get done. Hastings will have their free runner out there, and we'll see who they do run. At this point in the game, I would think if you have an opportunity, you probably get one of your other guys in there to run for Tyler Welch. But how about Fremont? Through the first 6 innings of the game, no runs, 2 hits. In their last 2 go-arounds, they end up amassing 10 hits and scoring 9 runs, Ryan Valenta. That's why baseball is a wonderful, terrible game.
Sometimes you find yourselves on the short end of these comebacks.
We should have a time limit. By golly, should have had a time limit.
Pretend like we're playing varsity softball at high school.
Yep.
All right, hour and a half. We're not done. Ball game.
That's the ball game. Yep. Should have
been 4-0, and we would have been ended it.
Yep. Tyler Welch out at second base with a big deficit to be a different situation of a 1-run game. He will run for himself there at second, and it's going to be Joey Hecker. And you want to be very patient now as big right-hander. Thought it was a little bit fortunate to get some runs off of Hauser the first time through, and then he was able to work around a 2-out double in the 7th inning. And now staked to a 5-run lead here in the 8th. He's been in and out of the zone and trying to find a way to get 3 outs here and give Fremont an unlikely split of this series and a game that's going to be tough to bounce back from if you're Hastings. This is why coaches get paid the big bucks to try to put these kind of games behind you. And a critical loss in the Independence League baseball standings is Hastings, instead of being 6 games above 500, falling to 4 games above 500 in the second half. It would be now 4 games behind Oahe. They're 8 games above 500. I guess officially 2 games back, but there's still Spearfish between you. You've got Casper now above you again, as well as Casper with their win today would jump back in front of Hastings if indeed this score does hold. It's 3-1 to Joey Hecker. This is baseball, so it's not over yet, but yeah, that's just the way I am sometimes. And it's a 3-1 pitch for a strike. It was unlikely that Fremont scored 4 in the 7th. It is even more unlikely that Hastings scores 5 runs in the 8th, but why not? Why not today? Called strike 3. So good job for Hauser to battle back and get a strikeout of Hecker. 1 out, 1 on for Jackson Crane.
Well, with a breaking ball 3-2 and that one right down Broadway, Hecker almost just tried a late pity swing, trying to maybe I can get a piece of it. He knew he was beat right there for the first out.
Here's Jackson Crane as he is 1 for 2 on the day. Scheduled 7-inning game. We go 8. And Fremont on the verge of getting a little payback after Hastings walked him off a couple of times earlier this year, both by 7-6 scores. This one a 9-4 game in extra innings. 5 runs in the 8th after 4 runs in the 7th when Hastings was 1 out away from victory in that 7th. Bouncing ball foul. Technically 1 strike away. Couple of different times, but could not quite get it done. Sodbusters down to their final 2 outs here with Jackson Crane at the plate. A single and a run scored for Crane. Scored the 2nd insurance run in the 6th, and the Sodbusters took a 4-0 lead. We thought maybe that was going to be enough. It was not. Like I say, a lost play in that inning was the relay throw from Shellschmidt to Sintek to Ficino to gun down Chase Miller at home when the Sodbusters could have scored another run to go up 5-0. But they throw that man out at home to end the inning at the time with that, 4-5, what's the difference? Big difference. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jackson Crane trying to battle here. With the free runner at second, he has not moved since the beginning of this inning. And the pitch. Low, and it's between the legs of Cooper Fucino, allowing Tyler Welch to move to third base. Sodbusters will have Luke Ray in the on-deck circle. He came in defensively for Drew Vega, gave Drew the curtain call, and then all heck broke loose. And it's nothing against Luke Ray. That's just the way the game worked out. They took out Drew with the 2 outs in the 7th inning, his last game for the Hastings Sodbusters. And that move has played no impact in the comeback win for Fremont. Pitch fouled away. It remains 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Jackson Crane fighting tough in this at-bat, and if none less, making Joe Hauser throw some pitches and hopefully maybe get him to run out of gas in his tank. You don't have to be the hero at the plate in any at-bat. Whatever you got to do to keep the line moving.
Just get on. Just find a way on there. 2-2 pitch. Crane hits it pretty well. Shellschmidt reads it well. Back a few steps, makes the catch. Welch will tag and score. Sodbusters get a consolation run here, but now there are 2 outs and nobody on after the sacrifice fly from Jackson Crane.
Yeah, you do get a run there, but your costly 2nd out, and going to need nothing short of a miracle here.
So the Hastings Sodbusters will have Luke Ray at the plate. He is another one of the Arkansas Tech guys from Dardanelle, Arkansas, mechanical engineering major. 1 for 5 in a couple of games played, went 1 for 4 in the Bison series, getting his first at bat today against Joe Hauser. As Hauser hitting 90 on his last pitch. Our Flight Scope stats sponsored by Eagle Distributing. Working out of the wind here against Luke Ray, now batting in the leadoff spot for Drew Vega, who finished up a really good day, 2 for 3 with a run scored and 2 runs batted in. Pitch fouled away. We're in the bottom half of the 8th inning, scheduled 7-inning contest. The Sodbusters had a 4-0 lead heading into the decisive 7th. Could not finish it off as the Moo rally for 4 in the 7th and put up a 5 spot in the 8th. Bouncing ball to the right side. Second baseman's got it, tossed to first, and a disappointing end to the day of baseball for the Hastings Sodbusters as Luke Ray grounds out. Well played by Sevi Aguirre. Throws over to Braden Jones, and Hastings falls 9-5 in 8 innings as Hastings has a split against Fremont. They fall to 10-6 in the second half. And 6 times they've tried to get 10 games over 500, and 6 times they have failed as they fall back to 26-19. Final score, 9-5, Fremont. Talk about it right after this. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Well, disappointing end to our broadcast tonight this Sunday evening as the Fremont MOO come back from the dead as they will head back to the pasture with a 2-game split against the Hastings Sodbusters. They get the win 9-5 after pulling off a miraculous 4-run comeback in the 7th inning to tie it up, and then 5 more in their extra inning in the 8th to take the lead for good. Hastings gets 1 back in the 9th, but they cannot score. 9-5 the final, as the Hastings Sodbusters will fall in this contest, and they will go to a record of 26-18, and Fremont will improve to 21-23, still 2 games up under 500, and their playoff hopes by a thread probably still alive, and it gets a little bit more tough for Hastings with the Waukee winning tonight and Hastings losing. Really the best chance now, besides Hastings winning out, is to have the Zap collapse and for Spearfish to come out on top of the second half, and then maybe Hastings finds themselves on top of the second half standings. But plenty of baseball still to be played, but needed to have this one tonight, Steve Stein. It's a disappointing end, and we got to see some good baseball in the first game still, too. We got to see the Sodbusters pull off that win in a late comeback fashion, and then it was Fremont's turn to come back in this one, and this one probably maybe one of, if not the most game that hurts tonight, in my opinion.
This is the most disappointing loss of the year. I mean, you could talk about the loss to the Plainsmen a few times. You talk about the matchup with the Bison a couple of days ago, but you're up by 4 in the 7th. Got to find a way to close it out. And Hastings has been pretty good about closing things out. We really haven't seen a I don't say collapse, but a big lead slip away, and you really didn't feel like it was coming because Josh West had it going his way, and even in the 7th inning, gave up a couple of infield singles. Fremont just put the ball in play, kept putting on the pressure, and that elusive third out. And as we talked about, the great and terrible thing about baseball, depending on which side you come out, and Hastings, unfortunately, was on the tough side.
Scott, a tough one tonight, and bless your heart, I can only imagine what goes into the mind of a manager thinking that we got this one in the bag and then things start to collapse in the end. Tell us about that unfortunate 7th inning and just where things went wrong, if you can.
Well, I thought Josh West really threw well, and just felt like he was going to go out there and get it done. And they had they put the ball in play a couple times, but 2 outs, 1 out to go. We felt really good about it, and then they sort of shortened up everything and put a couple balls in play. And unfortunately, we didn't make a play we need to make. And it's too bad. He feels horrible, but hey, we win together, we lose together, and that's what I told him. He's a great kid, and it's disappointing, but frankly, you guys got a better view than me. But I thought Fucino was out on the 2-2 pitch. I didn't check the.
Oh, that breaking ball that was just outside.
Yeah.
We looked was a little bit outside.
Yeah. And
I saw you guys.
Yeah. I thought that was a strike. I can't say from out there, but
it was outside.
Yeah, I get it. That, to me, that's too close to take at the time, but it is what it is. We got him to hit a rollover ground ball. He just couldn't make the play, and that's a bummer. It really is. And then once they felt that got momentum, then you know how the game goes. Just disappointed for the kids because they really deserve to play well. They played well for, I guess, 20 outs. We played pretty well, and then it went sideways. So I'm disappointed for those kids. We had a great crowd today, and unfortunately, a lot of times we win games we're not supposed to win. And this one we lost. I don't think we're supposed to lose. We're supposed to win that game, and unfortunately, it went sideways for us. And we just got to make one more play, and the kids know that. And unfortunately, they got pretty deflated when it didn't go our way.
And you guys did a great job. That first game, you get the 4-run inning to take the 5-1 victory. Follow that up with getting a 2-run first inning to kind of take the momentum, and then you get the 2 runs in the 6th, feeling like, okay, maybe that's enough. They make a great play. Otherwise, it's 5-0 at the plate. So, which at the time didn't look big, but that turned out to be pretty big.
It did. It was a perfect situation. I thought the squeeze was nice. I was pretty excited when we got the squeeze done, and then we got the big hit. And I just decided I was going to make him throw Chase Miller out fast, and they had to make 2 really good throws to get him, and they did. So hats off to them. They threw the ball and caught the ball well, and unfortunately, none of this other crap matters if we can just catch the ball and maybe get a little bit of a borderline call to a good hitter. But we knew if he came up again, we knew we were going to be in trouble anyway. So he's such a good hitter. He just kills us. I hope I never see that kid again. He's a nice kid, but man, my gosh, he's got our number. It doesn't matter what we throw him. He hits the ball really well. Good hitter. But they got some guys that can really hit it. I'm sure Chad and his group are disappointed that they're in the position they are at this time of year because they're used to winning. But, boy, they got some guys that can get it done. We saw good pitchers today, too.
And speaking of good pitchers, I don't want to overshadow Josh West's performance. 6 innings. He had never gone this far. And even just making his third appearance, second starts, what was working for him pitch-wise?
Well, we didn't throw until maybe I think we might have been late in the 5th inning or the 6th before we threw more than 4 fastballs. So we were off speed. We kind of felt like their kids were out in front of it a little bit, and we did a great job at throwing. And he even had good stuff really at the end. I just thought that was enough. But it is what it is, and unfortunately, he should have a W by his name. He deserved it. He threw so well, and so did Josh Nolte yesterday. And, of course, Braden Court today was fantastic again. And so really happy our pitching's lined up for the Plainsmen, have an opportunity to hopefully we can win a handful of those games. Frankly, we need to win them all. And I think we can. And matter of fact, I think we will.
Yep, Prospect's going to be coming in on Tuesday, and Drew Vega got a chance to honor him, brought him off, and a guy who really ended with a flourish. His day today in the second game, he goes 2 for 3, gets the suicide down to bring home a run, scores a run, and a guy who's played a lot of baseball and successful baseball here the last couple of years.
And he's an excellent baseball player, but he's a better kid, and there's not very many better. Representations of what it means to be a sodbuster and part of what we do. He's a humble kid who works hard all the time. And, I paused for a second. I'm like, do I want him to squeeze on his last at bat? And I'm like, you're dang right I do. Yeah. That's what he does. And I thought it was a perfect situation. And really, I thought that run was the key. And I really did. And we ended up getting one more, but then whatever happened. But I thought that was a perfect situation, and really happy with how we executed today, except for, the last 3 outs.
Scott, unless you have something else to say, I think we'll let you go.
Nope,
Got any final comments?
Okay. Nope. Thanks. It's been a long road, but we got 1 day off, so go enjoy yourself tomorrow, and we'll see you guys back here Tuesday.
Thank you, Scott.
Hey,
Appreciate your time.
Appreciate it. Yep.
Good to see Scott on the field and bossing the guys around, if you will, for lack of a better term. He doesn't actually boss around. He does a really good job of keeping the guys in check and making sure they're playing at their highest level. The team, he says we win as a team, we lose as a team. We can point out a couple of things. You can point out this play, that play, but there's 9 guys on the field. Then some guys, it's not going to all happen at once, and things are going to go bad sometimes, and it's good that they're keeping it in perspective, that they're taking this as a team loss. Go over our final numbers before we get this thing wrapped up tonight, as I just hit close on the game changer score. 9 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors for Fremont tonight. 5 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors for the Sodbusters. Drew Vega, in his good swan song for him in his final game at the season, 2 for 3 with an RBI. Brady Alexander, he had a double on a hit and a couple of walks. Multi-hit game for Luke Cossey with a pair of runs driven in. Kale Jensen, Weston Johnston, Joey Hecker, and Jackson Crane all getting on hits. So 7 of the 9 guys get a hit in the starting lineup tonight. Josh West, 6 2/3 with 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Ethan Marshall charged with the loss in the blown save at 2/3 of an inning. 3 hits, 3 runs, no walks or strikeouts. Spencer Schmidt gets the final 2 outs at 3 hits, 1 run, no walks, and a strikeout. For Fremont, they had big games from Carter Shellsmith and Cooper Fuccino. Each of them had a 2-hit, 2 RBI game. Tyler Wise with a 2-hit and RBI game. Josh Hardiman with a couple of hits and an RBI. Timon Long, Braden Jones, Sevi Aguirre, and Carter Sintek all with the hits, and they have pretty much their entire starting lineup with a hit as well. Joe Hauser gets the win in relief, 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. 9-5, the final score, as Fremont will get to 21 and 23. The Hastings Sodbusters now at 26 and 18. Steve, what are we going to do tomorrow? We got the day off tomorrow, and
I think I'm driving to Hastings to have supper with you, man.
All right. So I don't know if we can have dinner with our cats. Maybe we might be out of town looking for a new vehicle, but
okay.
I'll let them know that you're coming.
All right.
Well, it's going to be weird not saying hello to you tomorrow, but that is the case. Sodbusters, the first day off in quite a while here, and our first day off in 7 days, but we loved every minute of it, and we saw the highs, we saw the lows of this week. And the Sodbusters end up finishing the week with several wins, but not able to get it off on a high note. They go 5-2 in the week. Pretty impressive record, but then again, with the other teams ahead of them being hot as well, going to be tough to come back from this one. That's going to do it for us here at Duncan Field. Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein saying so long. We appreciate Mason Hinrichs, our producer, Connor Christensen, Noah Pagel, our guys next door running the show as well. Tomorrow off, and then we'll see you next Tuesday this coming Tuesday at 6:35 against the Nebraska Prospects. Our next broadcast on the Sodbusters YouTube network. Have a happy rest of your Sunday night, and we'll see you in a couple days.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch